Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel for today's late night, once again, late night Toronto Raptors watch party. Raptors in action, fourth leg of the five-leg West Coast road trip, third night in a row, tip-off at, scheduled, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're in Portland to face the Trailblazers. Raptors looking for their third win in a row. Blazers, I think, looking for their fifth win in a row. So it's going to be a competitive game. Let's see how things go. I'm looking forward to this. Let's get a Raptors win today, huh? I think that'd be a great way to end off the week. But we're jumping into things here. How's everyone doing? Hope you are all well. Hope you all had a great week. Hope you were able to check out the Raptors Happy Hour stream a little bit earlier today. You know, we had a good stream talking everything Raptors, talking Sabonis, talking Bobby Webster, a little bit of Karl Anthony Towns at the end. I'm trying to find what channel the game is on today. So it's good. Hopefully you're able to make it and show your support over there. If not, no worries. It's Friday night. I mean, hey, no excuses this time for missing out on this one. It's a late game. It's Friday night. You know, you got to be here for this one. But you can sleep in Saturday, usually. I mean, you have kids or something, maybe not. I don't know. Whatever the reason is. But we're out here. Friday night. Let's have a good day. Let's have some fun. And let's hopefully see a Raptors win here. My dog is barking to come in, so I'm going to let her in. 1 second. What are you doing? You come in? What's up, though? Smart and Sharma in the chat. Adam H. also in the chat once again. Welcome back. Hope all is well. How's everyone doing with the weather today? Southern Ontario and Toronto, it's very cold right now. I was just outside walking my dog. It is very, very cold outside. My beard, freezes outside right now. It feels like minus 21. That checks out. Brutal. I know up north or out west in some spots, and maybe even out east, it's a little bit colder, but woof. It is freezing out there today. It's only going to get worse over the course of the weekend. Yeah, hot in Toronto, I bet. Anyways, Bullet Bill joining us. It's like spring in BC. You know, I actually did talk to a guy in BC yesterday, and he said, that's how it's nice here today. Yeah, Vancouver, or just BC in general. He's in Vancouver, but BC, yeah, you guys don't get the worst of the story. I didn't know that until this year. I didn't know BC was kind of not exempt, but is it typical for BC to avoid these sort of stormy conditions? Crazy, but we do it. Hey, it's not as bad as it's been other years. Parts of the U.S. supposed to get slammed with polar vortex storms this weekend. Yeah, I know it's not great in Chicago. I know a guy who's there right now. Battle through it. Bundle up. Get the soup going. Get the beers going. As cold as they are, they still warm you up. That's what I'll be doing tonight. I'm all good in here, but we've got a couple of beverages on deck for today's game. It's Friday. I have been holding off having a Friday drink until this stream, so I am itching to get going. So let's get it started. I popped into the LCBO today. I realized today I very infrequently go to the LCBO. Got a little cooler with my second drink in here, which I will replenish at half. I don't go to the LCO much anymore because I'm always at local breweries and stuff picking up drinks. So I have been able to test out new craft stuff in the LCBO for a while. So that's exactly what I've done today. We've got Ruby Striker from Collective Arts Brewery, located in Hamilton. I've been to their brewery. They make good beer. The brewery it's been a long time. It's been years since I went, but the brewery kind of sucked. So I don't know if I recommend going to the brewery. I recommend trying their beer though. At the brewery, they just had none of the staples that I was used to having on tap. I kind of was going because I was like, okay, I can try these good beers I like on tap. They didn't have any of those. They served all their beers in tiny plastic cups. It's like your brewery, proper pint glass to serve your beer properly. They had no food on site other than like bagged, like chip, like mini bags of chips. I'm like, I was going there to try the beers I liked on tap and get lunch, and I had neither of those things. So I don't know. I don't know if it's changed. I would recommend Mission to Hamilton for it. I would recommend trying the beer. So we're going to try the Ruby Striker Double IPA with grapefruit. I like chips too, but when I want, like, good pub food and I'm hungry, I want more than that. All right. So not a ton of... I poured that pretty quick. Not a lot of head coming out of that. Limited release. 8% alcohol. I have not eaten much today, so this is going to hit me like a bag of bricks. Nice color, I will say. The camera doesn't quite pick up this grapefruit color. Just looks like a hazy beer. It's like very grapefruit colored, so I like that. Smells like grapefruit, that's for sure. Photo op, so I can post it on my beer tracking app. Photo op. Follow me on Untapped. Is that the app? Yeah, follow me on Untapped if you want to see my beer drinking adventures. Here's my handle, same as my Twitter handle here. All right, let's try it. Oh, cheers. Ooh. Wow. That is good. Wow. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do. That is fantastic. Real whack of grapefruit flavor in that. Like usually there's like kind of hints of that in like grapefruit. Like a lot of IPAs are flavored with grapefruit. That is like real like grapefruit juicy taste, which is not what you're kind of used to, and it's super smooth. Wow, yeah. If I because I know it's 8% alcohol, I can like it kind of hits the hint of that like alcohol taste is in there. I don't know like what the process was. It's very smooth for 8%. But I think if there was like a 6% version, it's a double IPA. So maybe if they had like I don't know if there's like a single version of it. But if there was like a 6%, like 6.5% version, I think this would be absolutely, like it's really good already. I think this would be banging at like 6.5% because it would just eliminate that little bit of alcohol flavor that's like kind of punching through. But other than that, this is great. Still quite smooth. Yeah, I have a beer ranking app so that I can track. I mainly do it because I like to try a bunch of different stuff, and then I can look back and say, oh, I've tried that, I tried this. Really, the preliminary reason why I like having an app like this is because when I'm away on vacation, I like trying like local stuff, and that's like a beer I'm never going to see again for the rest of my life. So I can look back and see, oh, I remember when I had this beer in France or this beer in Italy or whatever, and it's fun. Anyways, I'm going to rate this one. Huge punch of grapefruit. Quite smooth, especially for 8%. What would I rate this out of 5? I think this is a 4. 4 out of 5. It's good. It is good. It's not like extraordinary, but it is good. If you see this, you like IPAs, you see this, I'd give it a go. It's different. It's different. It's not like a standard sort of hazy IPA. It's New England style, I believe, which is my favorite style. But it's different. Like it's beer, but it's they do something a little bit different and it works. You know, I like when they try to do some different. I mean, I don't mind like a standard hazy IPA, but like when they try something different and it comes off like this, it is It is great. Definitely grapefruity, hazy, tropical, grapefruit feel, all that good stuff. Quality beverage. Follow me on Untapped. And hey, if you like drinking different beers like myself, you can track for yourself on here. Follow me there. 87 uniques in 6 months. That's something. That is something. All right. Raptors tonight. Good news. RJ Barrett returns for the team. A welcome sight. The Raptors have not felt his loss as his loss, like him not being available, as much as they have in the last spell that he was out for the game. Raptors have been still consistently winning games. They have had more difficulties, I think, like comfortably closing out games lately, but they've been building up good leads and being able to maintain them for the most part. Raptors come into this game 27-19. I believe the New York Knicks have lost tonight. Sorry, they didn't lose. They didn't play today. How are we 6? Oh, someone who lost? The Pistons. Okay, that's what it is. The Pistons lost tonight. Yep, they lost to the Houston Rockets, so we move up half a game on them. The Celtics are on OT against the Brooklyn Nets right now. That would be a very nice loss if the Celtics were to lose that game. Anyways, if we win tonight, we will overtake the New York Knicks as the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. We cannot fall lower than the 4 seed tonight. If the Celtics lose, they are 27-17. If we win, we're 29. I think they'll still be ahead of us, but But anyways, we can move up to the 3 seed tonight with a win, and that'd be fun. I mean, it'd be fun, right? It's a long season to go, but it'd be cool to wake up as the 3 seed, of course. Are we not? No, we're tied right now. Last one saved us. We're like 4-7 since RJ ankle. Thank God. Is it that bad? Hasn't felt as bad. What game? I forget what game he did his ankle. Beat the Magic. That's a bad loss to the Nuggets. Like, what have we done the last 10 games? 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins. Is that... Oh, so that's 5 in the last 11. And we won the 2 before that. 1, 2... I don't know how many games he's been out. Have we been that bad without him? Last 10 games. How many wins? 1, 2... 1, 2... Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wins in the last 10. Unless I'm counting wrong. I don't think I am. I don't know how we're 4-7 since RJ ankle when we've won 6 of our last 10. Unless I'm just counting wrong. This is 10 games. Yeah. 1 wins, 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins, 6 wins. 6 of the last 10. 6 and 4 in the last 10. We haven't felt it as much. I mean, last time we were like 2-9 or something. It was like 3-9, something bad. It was, I don't know. It was really bad. It was a whole lot worse than it is right now. I'm a fun guy joining. Happy Friday. Unfortunately, I have to work tomorrow in -4 outside. Godspeed. I am an indoor worker, thankfully. But bundle up. I'm sure you've got the good stuff. Alan Darce has got some GLB beer going. Cheers, my guy. Cheers to you. GLB, my favorite brewery. So I'm sure you're drinking something good. Let me know what you're drinking. I know I think I know their entire menu of drinks. But that's my favorite brewery for sure. Shout out to Octopus Wants to Fight and New England style Octopus Wants to Fight in particular, which I found at LCBO the other day. Good stuff. Good stuff. By the way, if you like beer, if you like craft beer, Something in the Water Brewery. There's 2 locations in Toronto. But you can get stuff delivered to you depending on like how close you are to Toronto and the GTA, etc. They are selling. They have a beer. the Tortuga Pale Ale, which you can get delivered to if you get 2 cases. So the deal, you can get a case, 24 beers, tall boys, for $25 right now because they're phasing out that version and coming out with a new version. So you can get 24 tall boy pale ales. I think they're above 5% even, for $25. If you get 2, that's $50 for 48 beers, and you get free delivery in Toronto with that. I am not sponsored. I have no skin in this game at all. But if you like beer, you can get a shit ton of beer for basically $1 a beer, and it's not. Look, listen, it's not the greatest beer in the world, but I'd give it like it's a 6 out of 10. It's a fine beer. There's a lot worse you can drink. You cannot beat that price. $1 per beer. I got myself some because that was too good of a deal to pass up, and you can do the same. It's Something in the Water Brewing. They make good stuff overall. That's not like their best. I do really like some of their beers. That's not one of them I really like, but it's fine. It's just fine beer. I don't mind having it, and for that price, again, it'll taste a whole lot better knowing you only paid $1 for that can. But I'm putting you on. Listen, you do what you want, but I'm putting you on. You like beer, $25, 24 beers is pretty fucking good. Pretty unbelievable, to be honest. Do what you want on your own money. Steve Stevens says, about 2011, I was living up near Newmarket, and in February, the temperature got up to about 25 Celsius for about a week. Then it went sub-zero afterwards. Very weird occurrence. I was in the GTA at the time. I don't remember that spike happening. I was only 12 years old, so that's probably why. But, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Scott Watkins joining us. It will snow starting. Yes, it's going to be brutal weather. I am locked in, setting up for the party tomorrow. Except I have to go out and get some seltzers for myself for the party to go with my Tortuga Pale Ales. I got Octopus Wants to Fight first time with this big IPA. Octopus Wants to Fight is a staple for me. I really like that one. That's at least like an 8.5 out of 10. It's good, great beer, great beer. If you like it, they have I did see in the LCBO, it comes out around American Thanksgiving. They might have like some left over because I found it in the LCBO last week. If you're in like I don't know, maybe they still have it at the brewery. I don't know. But they make a special edition New England style Octopus Wants to Fight, which is my second favorite beer in the universe. So I would highly recommend trying that if you're a fan of Octopus Wants to Fight because I do like that one, but it gets even better. Such a pretty, yeah, it's a phenomenal price. It's $1 per tall boy, and I'm pretty sure it's like, I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure it's like 6%. What channel is this game on, by the way? I don't see it on the directory or whatever for TSN. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I found it. TSN 4. I mean, when in doubt, it's TSN 4, right? Tortuga Pale Ale. Sorry, I lied. It's 4.7%. It's not super strong, but again, it is so cheap. It is $25 for 24 cans of beer. If you're in the GTA, they have a location in Kingston and a location in Toronto. If you're near either of those, get it. And thank me later. It's not a beer that blows your mind, but it's just price. It's a price you can't beat. Absolutely. Sorry. So this season, they have it on screen. Raptors 16-7 with Barrett in the lineup, 11-12 without him. So we've been much better in this stretch without him, but it's very, very good to absolutely have him back today. Are the Raptors winning tonight? Any predictions? I think the Raptors will win tonight. I thought they would. They are favored away from home. It's not a huge spread or anything. I think they should. With Denny Avdia being a late, ruled out late, I definitely think the Raptors, well, I mean, I think it'll be close, but I think the Raptors will win. The spread here is 3.5, gives the Raptors a roughly 60% chance of winning. Let's go and do it. Folks in the state have it good with alcohol price compared to Canada. Yeah, and like you can get a lot of different beers there as well. The prices there are pretty good. Yeah, absolutely. Gotta try it. Yes, Alder, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend the New England style. But glad you tried the Octopus Wants to Fight. That is a good one. Phoenix joining says the Raptors make a big swing. It better be AD. All this AD talk from you still. We'll see. Kent to evaluate a team going to the playoffs with a backup C in rotation. Yeah, I agree. Get a backup. If you're not going to make a big swing, get a backup C. Help out Pirtle. Get some size. And let's try and make the playoffs. Raptors, last time I checked, they had like a 70-ish% chance of making the playoffs. Let's see what's at right now. They've won a couple games in a row since then. Let me see. Look on Kalshi. Not the be-all, end-all, but good indicator. We have the Raptors sitting at 80% now to make the playoffs. Nice. 80%. Pretty good spot to be in. Not pretty in the market overall. Pretty good liquidity. I'm not sure. So I saw here. So I think that was after the double loss to the LA teams and 2 wins in a row. We're back up to 80%. All right. Not sure how much volume is in this market, but I mean, there's some solid. Looking pretty good for a playoff spot. Could be play-in tournament, but looking good for a playoff spot. Brooklyn might be Boston. That would be great. That would be excellent for our standing. Yeah, Brooklyn is up by 4 with 8 seconds left right now. That is... They're up by 2 with 4 seconds now. That is good, though. That is good. By the way, trade for AD or Sabonis is more about Pirtle's back than it says about trying to contend. I kind of agree. It's a good point. MPJ is a surefire all-star this year. Let's have a look. Is this game started yet? No, it's a commercial. Let's have a look. Barnes is like pretty high up. Check Kalshi as well. Okay. So Scotty Barnes is 85%. Mike Porter Jr. is 59%. So a little bit lower. Brandon is only 25%. That's a shame. This is not the be-all, end-all, but just decent indicator. There's confidence Scotty Barnes will get there. Michael Porter Jr.'s got a shot. Tough to do it on like such a bad team, you know, as we've seen in the past. But I wouldn't call him a surefire all-star, Michael Porter Jr., at all. They're about to lose to Indiana. That is crazy. So this, yeah, they're down by 10 late. So if OKC lose this, they will officially be unable. Now, they're not going to do it because there's so many games left. But they will officially not be able to break the NBA's all-time regular season wins record. That's important distinction. They had a shot. They had a shot early season, but no, they've fallen obviously well off the pace at this point. All right, let me close my door. No, I know MPJ's been great. I'm not disputing that, but people don't like to vote for teams that are that on players on teams that are that bad. That being said, this the All-Star reserves are voted completely by NBA coaches, so maybe they've seen something to say, yeah, he should be an All-Star. NBA seems pretty likely to get traded. Anyways, game's about to start. Raptors get RJ Barrett back. They're going quickly. Barrett, Ingram, Barnes, and Mamu to start the game. Blazers going with Holiday, Sharp, Sissoko, Kamara, and Klingon in this one. No Denny Avdia back out with injury management on this one. Raptors favored by 3.5-ish points. Let's go and snatch a dub today. MPJ getting these reps, getting blitzed off handoffs is so good for his development. Yes. But when a team that trades for MPJ is going to want to scale his role back. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to have the ball this much on a team that trades for him. But, I mean, it's good to have that in your bag, of course, and he's worked on that part of his game. It is interesting that he's been tasked with, like, this lead offensive role, and he's been able to step up to it. You know, kind of like before he got drafted, the hype around him and stuff, the injury kind of lowered his draft stock. But to see that he's been able in the NBA to play this usage level on offense and be this good is very impressive. Dal says, hey, Jacob, are the Raps favorites? Yes, they're favored by about 3.5 points tonight. Bert says, did you hear that VC has become assistant head coach for the Raptors? No shot. I don't believe you. I do not believe you. Hey, the game is about to start. Somebody verify that for me. The game's about to start. Jump ball won by the Raptors. Wow. Okay. Over Klingon. Scoreboard is up and running. Let's get it going, everybody. First possession goes to the Raptors. RJ Barrett on the ball. Sends it over to Brandon Ingram. Back to RJ. Ooh, they wanted a three. Instead, RJ inside. Kick out to Mamu for three. Does not go. Got a good look. Can't get the game started here. Not true. Okay. That's what I thought. I thought I would have seen it if that was true. Holiday outside to Sharp. Fadeaway 2 doesn't go. Rebound. Barnes does well to bat it over to RJ. Is it my connection or is this super blurry for you guys? Like, not super blurry, but it's like, this got to be like 720p right now. It looks like almost like smoky in there. Is that just my look on my monitor, my connection? Or is it like crisp for you guys? Tie game in Boston. That sucks. RJ, foggy. Yeah, okay. It looks foggy. That's exactly what I'm saying. Still no points. Barrett to Ingram. Outside in the corner to Barnes. Up top to Quickly. Past Holiday. Out to Barrett. Wide open three. Doesn't go for the Raptors. Did they set off like fireworks before the game here? Sharp fouled by Barrett. This beer is tasty, but I haven't eaten a lot, and it is absolutely going right to my head. And it is strong. I'm going to have to eat something. I think. We got chips. I might have to just crush some chips. Kamara for three. Doesn't go. Rebound to Klingon. Now Holiday. Still no points in the game. 2 minutes in. Holiday looking to change that. 3 balls no good. Rebound Ingram. Both teams trying to settle in, as Matty D is saying. Nothing as of yet. Ingram rising up over Kamara. Doesn't go. Rebound right back to Ingram. In the corner, Mamu for three this time. Yes! First basket of the game. Mamu Kelashvili. Or the corner three. If you guys are enjoying, remember to hit the like button. Get us started early. Drive us up the YouTube algorithm. Support the show. Support the content. Subscribe if you're new. Can the Raptors get the steal here? They can't quite do it. It's out of bounds for a Raptors ball in the end. I don't have unfortunately, I'm on TSN. I got no link. But somebody help out Bullet Bill. You can't post links in the chat, by the way. You cannot. YouTube will automatically block it. Quickly, coast to coast puts the floater in. Not in love with that look, but it goes. Let's goop, Jeff says. Let's goop. Holiday puts in a layup for Portland's first basket of the night. Barrett on the wing for the three. Doesn't go again. Hasn't got the shot going here. Where are the spaces? Okay. That's the right way to do it, Phoenix. Sky Barnes with his left hand in a bit of pain. Already down Colin Murray-Boyles due to a thumb injury. Cannot afford to lose Scotty Barnes. (5-2), low-scoring game so far. Holiday down low to Klingon. Oh, and he just smokes the layup. Wow, what just happened? Raptors looking to make him pay. Mamu for three doesn't go again. Got one tonight, but he's missed a couple. Interesting to see the Raptors for Mamu with option. Yes, it will be. Kamara stripped by Barrett, but it goes right to Klingon. Kamara again. And he's fouled on the way up. Will head to the free throw line. This very, very awful game right now. The Pacers about to be Thunder. So that is officially not the record season for the Thunder. That is their 9th loss. How the hell did Boston... Anyone have eyes in the Celtics game? How the hell did the Celtics tie that game? They're down by 4 with 8 seconds left. The goal is 1 beverage per quarter, by the way. 11 of last 14 for the Blazers. Thiago Splitter finding something here with this team. Why is there a Boston Celtics jersey right behind the Raptors bench? That is... I will never understand, and I will always disrespect you for wearing a random jersey at a game. Wow, that's a sloppy turnover by Barnes and the Raptors. Other way, Kamara stripped. Good defense. Out of bounds, though, off Raptors for a Blazers ball, Never understand anyone who goes to a sporting event in a team that's not involved jersey. Like, we'll never get it. Is that a Giants jersey? A New York Giants? I swear on that angle, it was some football jersey. It looked like a New York Giants jersey. Why? If that's the only jersey you got, leave it at home. Just wear normal clothes. You don't have to wear a freaking go basketball jersey. Like, just leave it at home. Like people that go to NFL games, like always some fucking idiot in an Eagles jersey at any game. I was at a freaking Cowboys-Giants game at MetLife Stadium because I'm a Giants fan. My friend was a Cowboys fan. We both went. But this guy in an Eagles jersey, a division rival. Oh, another floater for Quickly. Good stuff. What if it's a LeBron jersey and say a Cavs in the league? Sure, obviously, like, it's not a blanket. Sure, a LeBron jersey to watch LeBron. Sure, no problem there. A Celtics jersey at a Blazers-Raptors game? Like, who even is that jersey? It looks like a Peyton Pritchard. Oh, you know what? It's a Peyton Pritchard jersey. Okay, less egregious that it's a Peyton Pritchard jersey in Oregon Duck. Still doesn't make any sense. You could have left it at home. At least there is a reason that exists here. Peyton Pritchard in Oregon. Still say just leave it at home. Just leave it at home. A sports hat, like Norman Donald all sports. What did Norman Donald wear? Just a hat that said sports? Go sports. Sure, that's more valid than a freaking Eagles jersey at a Giants Cowboys game. Whenever I go to, sure, Celtics is fine. A jersey has nothing to do with the game, not fine. When I go to TFC games with my friend, we bet before the game. We set an over-under on the amount of unique jerseys we will see at the TFC game. So in the summer, the line differs like time of year. Later in the year, it's cold, jackets. You're not seeing as many. But if it's in the summer, the line is typically like mid-20s. You see usually over 20 unique jerseys. Like you see Bayern Munich's a given because like Alphonso Davies. You see Man United, Chelsea, Juventus. You often see Portuguese teams like Porto, Sporting. You'll see AC Milan, Juventus, PSG jerseys, Real Madrid, Barcelona, all these different jerseys. So we bet in the first half. You have to see them all before the end of the first half. If you lose the bet, you have to buy the halftime beers for the other guys. And then each friend there gets one bogey. Like, you know, if you play, or let's say if you play, what's that fucking game called? What's that game where there's like a bunch of words? There's like a bomb word you can't guess. It was like spy. I don't know. Anyways, you get one like bogey jersey, we'll call it, and you have to pick like a super unique jersey. Like you'll pick like a team in the second division in England, or like a Mexican team, or something, or like a national team. That's crazy. And if we see that jersey, that crazy one, everyone else has to buy you a beer no matter what. It's fun. It's fun. And then sometimes, because I have a friend who has season tickets, so he'll be with somebody, and then like in like a few seconds over, it'll be like another two guys watching, and they'll be like waving, and they'll point at the jersey, and be like, oh, that's another one. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, if you don't have a jersey of either team playing, it's okay just to not wear one. Like, you don't have to wear one, right? Like, even this Peyton Pritchard, you didn't have to wear that, did you? You could have just worn street clothes. Place a $20 bonus bet in Thunder plus 2,000. Pretty good use of a bonus bet, to be honest. With bonus bets, you definitely want to take shots. Like, you definitely want to go for swings. It's kind of like, you know, weird mindset because, you know, you think like, you know, that bonus bet, I want that to be my money. But best way to use bonus bets is to take shots, for sure. You know. Like, never, ever, ever, like, don't ever bet a minus number, like a 1 point something decimal. Never bet less than 2.0 or plus 100 with a bonus bet. But, like, take a shot. Like, you should really take shots with it. Like a plus 2,000 on OKC. Ingram, fadeaway 2 doesn't go. We're back from commercial here after my tirade about wearing jerseys a jersey of a team that's not playing. Shaden Sharp for 3. Way off. Whew, shaded. Kamara to Sharp in the corner now. Sissoko. Back out to Sharp. Corner 3. Nope. Shot clock violation. Great defense by the Raptors and good closeout by Abaji there. Forced it up. Gregory, 12-month member, joining us in the chat. Thank you so much. Big shout outs to all you guys. It's Friday night. You're out here watching the stream with me. Thank you. This is a fun night. Quickly to Mamu. And wow, look at that. We have a brand new member of the All-Star tier, Jeff M638, joining the memberships. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Some extra support for the channel. Means a lot to have that extra support. You know, viewership, subscriptions are up and down, but the constant that provides for the channel and for me are those people in those memberships. So thank you so much, Jeff. I'm glad you enjoy the content enough to give that extra support. Very much appreciated. Thank you. I appreciate that. Boston is up. It makes me sick. Doesn't it make you sick as well? Ant 1 2 3 5. Don't worry about my dad. If you're gonna talk about. And free ball, good for Mamukilishvili, 15-6. Did you guys see, it kind of made minor rounds on Twitter. There was a photo of Mamukilishvili from his Instagram in 2018. I think he was like posted up in front of a BMW, and he had like hair, he had full hair. He was like posted up in front of a BMW wearing like a rainbow Nuggets jersey. It was a pretty funny photo. That for sure would make it to r/blunder years. Jamal Shed checking into the game. Weird one seeing Jamal Shed coming off the bench. He's just been starting so often for the Raptors. Rocking a new hairdo to go with it. Ingram, a little bit long on the short two. 15-6. Portland have been awful tonight, by the way. Somebody in chat, I think, said they're 2 of 20. And then stripped there. Shed to Abaji. Who throws it down? It's just Shed. Shed just fucking hunting assists. Doesn't worry about the open layup. Blazers 2 of 20. Wow. This is absurd. 17-6. Yeah, they're 2 of 20. And we're only up by 9 because we're 6 of 16 and not shooting particularly well either. 3 of 8 from 3, though, at least. What the hell's that? Bossed up. Did OKC win? OKC down by 1 with 7.8 left. I don't know. Pacers have the ball, though. But even both free throws isn't enough to secure the win. Good beer. Good beer. So I have four cans I bought today for today's game. 2 new ones for me. 2 staples of the rotation. So I've got this mini cooler, this OLG cooler, with my other drink for the half in it. And then I'll get my 2 more. I'll replen 2 more at halftime. Both teams are presently fouling. Who? So I'm watching this iPhone commercial. I've seen worse commercials. Pretty good, actually. I like that commercial. A lot of bad commercials out there. That's not one of them. Did Boston win? Did the Nets sell on us? Yes, they did. The 6-8 commercial. Wow, that Quesada 6-7 commercial. That's bad. The Quesada commercial is pretty bad, isn't it? You know what it has done? I know without a shadow of doubt in my mind, I can get a burrito at Quesada for $6.67. And I'm not sure. And listen, I'm not a Quesada disrespecter. There was one on campus in university, and it was like, you know, the university was very isolated. There wasn't a lot of food options there. That was one of them. And every once in a while, Quesada fucking slapped. Okay, I got a good burrito in. I had a few drinks. I went down and got a big ass burrito. That's literally what it was called, the menu, the big ass burrito. Quesada's pretty good. And now I know without a doubt in my mind, I can get a burrito for $6.67 there, right? Like, you know, that's it's a horrific commercial that should be like, we should take tapes and burn them, but it definitely provided more notoriety for Quesada. I can't imagine that commercial hindered their business. But it truly is an awful commercial. Like first of all, like, you know, dumb joke that jump on. Second of all, the kid cannot do the fucking 6'7" thing. The kid in the commercial is kind of struggles to do it for some. I can't even mimic. It's such an easy movement. I can't even describe how the kid in the commercial struggles to do the 6'7" motion with his hands. Right? Has anyone else noticed that? The kid sucks at it. But yeah, it's good publicity. Absolutely. By the way, just burrito deals and whatnot. You know we like to hunt the deals around here. Fat Bastard burrito. Wednesday, small burritos are $6.69. So they're not buying into this 6'7" shit. And you can get the same 2 cents more, same price essentially. $6.69 for a small burrito at Fat Bastard, which is better than Quesada, as much as I respect Quesada. On Wednesdays, though. So if you're hungry on a Wednesday, maybe get 2. $6.69. Get 2. Some places I'm paying more than double $6.69 for a large burrito, and I'm getting a large if I'm at a burrito spot. Let's get 2 of them. 1911 here. Abaji. Oh, that's poor. Stolen. 19-11 with 1:25 to go in the first. Incredible scoreline here. The kid does suck, yeah. No better food deals out there than the Too Good To Go app. I've tried to put you guys on before. Too Good To Go. T-O-O. Good. T-O-O. Go. Basically, all the surplus stuff that like might even get thrown out by the business at the end of the day, they post it on Too Good To Go. You get a bunch of food for super cheap. Y'all need to be on if you're not on already. Best thing on the app, because like not everyone. Some people in the suburbs, there's no like fast food. Metro, the grocery store, their deli counter, unbelievable. Too Good To Go bags, like $12. You get like a bunch of sandwiches, usually cheese and deli meat. It's all stuff that's going to expire the next day. But like if you're hanging out, like I go watch football with my friends, we get a bag and we all eat good for $12 total. Putting y'all on these good deals. Shed underneath the rim. See what's available in your area. Get the app. No pay, no ad. Just trying to put people on game. Great Benefits just got home. Who's playing good so far? Nobody. Nobody, man. This game's been a struggle. I mean, at least Mamu's got a couple threes, but this game has kind of stunk. I mean, Cookie's actually playing pretty well, low key. Hey, he had a couple floaters. He's hit a couple. I think there's a couple other shots. I'm not sure he's missed. Maybe Cookie's doing okay. But it's 19-11 with less than a minute to go here as Barrett misses both free throws. Welcome back, RJ. Man, I'm sick of watching OJ play basketball. Well, you may not have to watch it much longer. OKC lost. Wow. They are not the juggernaut I thought they were. They are still the favorites to win the chip. I think I have money on them to win the chip. But they are not the juggernaut I believed them to be. Though they haven't had Hardenstein for a while. Do I have money? I do have money on them to win the chip. Not feeling as good about that bet right now. Hope that waits for RJ's healthy. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they're not rushing. Fat Bastard gives you double protein if you have a Good Life membership. Is that true? I live near a Fat Bastards. And I am a Good Life member. So this is a very interesting development, if that's the case. Alex Ellie putting us on in chat right now. In fact, while I'm walking to the gym, I passed the Fat Bastard burrito. This is interesting. I get a burrito bowl, double protein. Okay, that's That's good. That's good to know. Thank you. I'm going to use that knowledge. Just know that message in chat will not go to waste. 19-12. By the way, if you haven't noticed, this is not going to be your typical I'm play-by-playing the whole game. This is I've only had one drink. This is gonna divulge away as Barnes, huge block by Barnes. Mobo at the buzzer did not get it to go, but Raptors leading 19-12 after one. This stream is gonna divulge off path quite a lot today. Just warning in advance. I'm having some drinks. I'm enjoying chatting with you guys. The game's on. I'm following, but this is we'll call this a more lifestyle stream. I hope we make a trade as well. I need to verify. Fat bastard, good life, extra protein. Wow, it autofills. So you show your membership. So I have like the key ring thing. Ask for double protein, and no extra cost. You get double protein. So I think the way to go here. You need to get them to scoop protein. Like I want steak bowl. They scoop the steak on. Then you go, but wait. Good life membership. Then they gotta put more on. If you show them before, they might skimp you out on the first portion. Right? What's the score? I don't know. Have a look. Subway hack. Get lettuce last. Go to Subway. They always go lettuce first, and they fucking load it with lettuce. They just demolish your sandwich with lettuce. And I don't have a problem with lettuce. But when you're like me and you get a lot of veggies, by the time they get to the olives and the latter stage veggies, they're dribbling on a few because there's no space left on the sandwich. Because they put so much goddamn lettuce. You need to say at first, I'm going to skip the lettuce today. They load you up with veggies. Then you go, actually, you know what? I will get lettuce. And then they're able to just get a nice layer of lettuce with those veggies, load up the sub. Great hack. Tested, and it works. The sub is a little bit better. Now, granted, Subway, it's no primo sub, is it? But if you're going to be at Subway, maybe you got coupons or something in the mail. You're on a road trip, and that's the only thing in an on-road that looks appetizing. Good little thing you can do. All right. Second quarter, we dive into the Guinness. And fresh glass to go with the Guinness. Fat bastard, though. You will be seeing me soon. The key with any of these franchise places is to butter up the part-time workers and train them to give you a supersized Sammy. If you have a local bar, for sure, there's a local bar to me, I always try and chat with the people and always tip the staff. Because last time I was there, it was not happy hour. It was an hour out of happy hour, and they fed me happy hour prices the entire time I was there because they know I go back all the time. It won't work at a chain. It has to work at a local joint. But they know me enough that they know I'm coming back. They know I'm tipping. They know I'm giving good business. They hooked me up. Tip your servers for sure. Wow, side of the backboard 3. For, I don't even know what that was. That repair? Anyways, get the Guinness in. Tell ya, you want a big life hack. Another one. if you're at like an open bar or even like a crowded bar. Yeah, it is Rupert. Maddie says Rupert. I'm pretty sure he's French and it's Ryan Rupert. Anyways, if you're at like a wedding, open bar, and you're gonna like tip the bartender, you know, don't tip at the end of the night. Tip up front, pre-tip. You know, listen, you're going back and forth to that bar all night. A lot of people are going to that bar, though. You show up right up front with a tip. Guess who they're serving first every time you go? You. Pre-tipping. You're going to tip, right? If you're going to tip anyways, pre-tip. Tip up front. Then tip it a little bit at the end. But pre-tip, because they know you. They come to you when you're standing there. When you need a beer, they come to you. Barnes up fake. Well, I fouled. No foul. 23-16. Second of the night. Doesn't that look scrumptious? Cheers. I would split the G, or at least attempt to, but this Guinness glass, the G is so low. Not that I can't do it. Or wouldn't want to attempt to do it. It would just waste more than, not waste, but I would lose more than half of my Guinness right off the rip. And I'd like to kind of nurse it for the quarter, right? So, cheers. Guinness is really tasty, guys. Guinness is a tasty beer. I spent so many years disrespecting, hating Guinness. Now it might be my favorite beer. Not my like number one taste, but like might be my favorite in the sense of I can have this every time I go out, and I'm not really sick of it. 3-ball for Cook and timeout Raptors. The Blazers are getting back into it. It is a very low-scoring game. Really, like, it's just quickly doing the damage. He's 4 of 5. No other Raptors really gotten going as of yet. Barnes is only 1 of 5. Brandingham's 0 of 3. Barrett's 2 of 4. Pre-tipping, especially wise in Mexico. They will hawk you big time and single out a bar, staying in line 30. That's brilliant. Wow. Romer 81 brings up a really good point. So I'm not, listen, I don't want to be disrespectful, but let's put it this way. If you're in a location in which, or a setting, let's say, if you're in a setting in which that tip makes a large difference to one's day-to-day, the pre-tip is even more powerful. Because, like, again, you're going to tip anyways. Up front. Like Romer's saying in chat. That, like, perhaps in an area where the staff, that tip is a little bit more meaningful. You're getting served, right? Pre-tip. Truly, like, incredible move. Benzino says, this is an awesome stream. I'm drinking beer too. Having a great day. Well, thank you. I'm glad you guys do it because, I don't know. Sometimes I wake up after a stream like this and think, like, why did I do this? Who is even watching this stuff? Who even likes this? Because I'm not even talking about the game. But you guys, like, I'm glad to get feedback that is. I'm glad to get any feedback. Like, if you're watching saying I hate that, I hate you, let me know. But yeah, I love the good feedback, especially. Are you still on Filipowski over Mobo? I mean, Mobo's not good. So like, I'll happily replace him with Filipowski, who I believe can actually give you NBA minutes over Mobo. I'm not like I'm not losing sleep over missing out on Kyle Filipowski. That's not a guy that's changing our team a lot, like at all, really. The guy I truly think we missed out on was Adem Bona. Adem Bona was the one that got away there, not Kyle Filipowski. Beers and invite. Well, thank you. I'm glad. Hey, you're all straight. Cheers. I got 2 more for the second half, and one of them is one I haven't tried before, so I'm really excited to give it a go. I was a kid in the candy store at the LCBO today. All these new beers that have come out that I haven't tried yet because I don't go to the LCBO much anymore. Abaji in the corner to battle. Stepped out of bounds and missed 3 anyways. 23-19 with 8:46 to go in the second. Remember the Jalen Williams versus Koloko combo? I do quite a lot. I was very happy with Koloko. Obviously didn't work out. And his career is not working out, even after the blood clot thing is cleared up. Ooh, nice steal. Baji full court. Good layup. Back on track here. J Will was actually higher on my list than Koloko was. I was actually quite a fan of J Will. And that's proven to be true. J Will, I think, was gone. No, J Will, I think, went Koloko was 33rd. I think J Will went 34th. So we had a chance there. I mean, I don't look back upon that like super regrettably. Like in hindsight, yeah, that's a guy I would have preferred. But Koloko, I think, was a good pick. That made sense. Mamu, nice play mid-range. And one. What a guy, man. Love this guy. Of all like the stupid role players people in this community hype up for no reason years later, Mamu, if he does leave, Mamu is one that we gotta carry the flame. We gotta remember this guy. We gotta be in 2029 or whatever going, damn, remember that Sandro Mamukelishvili season. Oh. We got to make sure we do that. Koloko, I don't think was a bad pick. Sometimes you can make a good pick and it doesn't work out. Sometimes the process can be correct and it doesn't go your way. I think that was an example. Grant for 3, way off. Quickly other side. Quickly's played well tonight. Grady Dick now in the game. Vodka here in Iowa tonight. Large bets on Mamu. Wow. Iowa. What a place to be watching from. Nice layup there for the Raptors. 30-21. LCBO would have. So, previous, up until the last year or two, you couldn't get... So, in the U.S., you can go into like a 7-Eleven, a gas station, whatever, and buy beer. Up until 2 years ago, that wasn't a thing in Canada. LCBO stands for the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. So every liquor purchase and alcohol purchase, not all, there was like some wine stores, but for the most part, the only places you could buy alcohol were in the LCBO stores, Liquor Control Board of Ontario, or beer stores. These are government operated establishments, the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. So LCBO is the local liquor store where you can get anything. Bad turn by Mamu. Nowadays, you can go to like a Circle K or a gas station and find beer and stuff. Not as good as like U.S. You can find a lot of great stuff in like a 7-Eleven. Not the case. You can find like decent stuff though in like Circle K's and stuff. But it's the government-run liquor store. No tax on the alcohol you purchase. Whereas like in a grocery store, you would get taxed, or a gas station you would get taxed. But it's a local store where you buy alcohol. Mamu, good spin, but probably should have made that shot. Haven't been to LCU in a minute. Did they put back all the U.S. liquor yet? Yeah, I think they did. Sharp mid-range gets it to go. I don't buy liquor. I'm not a big American beer drinker, other than like Coors Banquet. And I haven't had any issues getting Coors Banquet. So I think think it is. So anyone doesn't know, they took out a lot of the American stuff because of tariffs. It's probably still impacting it, to be honest. Ingram for 2, and sometimes when the night's not going your way for Brandon Ingram, you need a bounce like that. He got it. First bucket of the night for him, 1 of 4 from the field. Lowell has no future in NBA. I, unfortunately, may have to agree there. Just watch before work. Search YouTube for this game because I put money on Portland. Glad to find you a viral. Thank you, Aaron Pinkham. Mom with 3. Don't. If you might put a shirt, just follow the game, whatever. Don't I truly despise Kamari's 3 when someone comes in the chat, 2-point game, and just ask me, how many points does this guy have? Will this guy come back in the game? Is this guy playing? People who clearly have like a parlay going and just are too lazy to search a box score. Like, most apps these days track the bet for you. You can see how many points guys have and everything. I'm not saying this is like the person, Aaron, is a problem in chat or anything. I'm just saying, in general, people come in. Is this guy on? Will this guy get to this one? I don't care. I don't care. Go to a box score. Go to play-by-play data. Just take your phone, type in ESPN.com, scroll along the top, click on the game that you care about, find it. Idiotic. Anyways, thank you for joining us here. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Glad people are like, seriously, I get self-conscious about these streams. So I'm happy people are enjoying it tonight. Have I tried Dragon Stout? Johnny Be Good asks. I have. I haven't since my, I guess, revelation is the word towards stouts, because I really, 2 years ago, I despised all stouts. Had a Guinness at a bar because it was like on a deal, and I was like, that's pretty good. And I got again, and I'm like, wow, I like Guinness now. Dragon Stout I haven't had since then, but I did once make a chocolate sauce out of Dragon Stout. So I took I had vanilla ice cream, and then I combined Dragon Stout, this Jamaican beer, with a bunch of ingredients to make a chocolate sauce, and put that chocolate sauce on top of the vanilla ice cream. It wasn't that good. It probably wasn't worth the effort. But, like, fun little thing to do for a night, have some Dragon Stout, make a chocolate sauce and vanilla ice cream. The taste wasn't worth the effort, but like the fun was kind of worth it. Why not? LCBOs for hard liquor mostly. I kind of disagree, actually. You can find some really good Ontario craft beers there that you'd have to really venture out to get, like Collective Arts in Hamilton. I just had one there. A lot of spots in Toronto I don't really want to go out to, like a Blood Brothers brewery, or if I just don't want to have to go to Great Lakes and Left Field, all that's in the same area. You get imported stuff too, like Guinness, Sapporo. Beer Sex is actually quite good at most LCBOs. Oh, another re-up on the membership for 905 Yada. What is that? Oh, is it? I was looking at the new photo. Is it Ingram dunking on Cockburn? That is great. 905 Yada, though, 37 months. Think about that. 37 months. How unbelievable is that? 905 Yada has been a member on the channel. I said, watching IQ drop 40 in person. Wow. You were at the game. Unbelievable. Right, because 905 Yada is based in that area, and typically does go see the Raptors when they play at Golden State. Wow. I didn't think about that until just now. But you were at the IQ 4 game. Out of timeout, Grady Dick with the layup there. 905 Yada you witnessed with your own 2 eyes the most efficient 40-point game in NBA history. You think about all the players that have played in this league. Emmanuel Quickly did that. Jeremy Grant turns it over. Raptors up by 4. All I drink is Jack Daniels or nothing. To be honest, not a big drink anymore. So you would know best, Steve Stevens, if Because Jack Daniel's American, if that does exist in LCBOs these days. I do not drink whiskey, so I don't know. I don't mind like a whiskey and Coke, but I don't buy whiskey. Uchimata says American beer is garbage. Mostly like the light beers kind of stuff. I have grown quite a liking for Coors Original. Other than that, I'm not an American beer drinker, but I do quite like a Coors Original from time to time. Nice. I'm not a big lager drinker, but that and like Sapporo are in rotation. Grady Dick for 3. Got it. 40-32. You know, I drink like IPAs and stuff. Sometimes it's nice to mix in a refreshing light lager like that. Sharp for 3 doesn't go. And I tell you what, Pabst Blue Ribbon 5.9 percenters helped get me through university. Super cheap and strong. Mamu up fake, goes up, lays it in. Raptors, just as the Blazers were getting back into the game, the Raptors pull away up by 10, 42-32. Favorite response to my tweet, King. He's been pretty good at replying to people, hasn't he? Still making it through the chat here. Aaron says, I just don't have live TV to watch game with YouTuber commentary. Oh, well, most games I'm usually doing like play-by-play stuff, but just hanging out tonight, you know. Sleeman Fine Porter. Never had that. I think my first real beer was a Sleeman. Interestingly, I've not had a Sleeman since. Sleeman Fine Porter. I've never had that. Maybe I'll give it a go. What I do want to try next is a Kilkenny Irish Cream Ale. I saw it in the LCBO today, but they only had 4-packs. I didn't want to commit to a 4-pack, so maybe I will one day. But I do want to try a Kilkenny Irish Cream Ale. Jamaican beer is sus. I don't know. If I'm at like a Caribbean joint and they got Red Stripe, I can get a Red Stripe in. A lot of what beer is the vibe. A lot of beer, a lot of time, is the vibe. Nice sunny day on the patio. Guinness goes well. A lot of beers go well in like the sun. But like, you know, if I'm at a Caribbean place, Red Stripe just feels good. Another steal, full court play. Ingram lays it in, 44-32. If I'm at like a Mexican place, Coronas just taste better. If I'm on a beach, a Corona goes stupid crazy on like a beach or a dock beer, Corona. Unbelievable. It just, you have like one sip, where's the beer? It's all gone already. Just flows like water. I don't know, like a barbecue, nice IPA. I'm grilling burgers, playing some nice tunes, lo-fi. It's all about the vibe. A lot of time, it's about the vibe. Banquet beer is good. Coors OG agreed. Yeah, it's a good one. It's in rotation. Dave said, it's been a while since I drank any beer, whether Jamaican or otherwise. When I think of beer, not Canadian or American. I think Heineken or Stella. Stella used to be my favorite, and then I kind of grew out of it a bit. I still like a Stella from time to time. Heineken I never was that big on, though. Did I bet on Portland money line? I did not bet on Portland. Sorry, you asked somebody else. My mistake. I do not have money on this. I do not have money on this game. Kilkenny and Smithwicks are good. I've never heard of Smithwicks. Kilkenny I'll have to try, though. 44-34, 2:04 to go. Ingram mid-range. Another tough shot. He just hasn't had it tonight, but he's fouled this time. He's going to head to the line. I used to work at Valley Village, and homeless gentlemen would come in, buy all the old vinyl records, and boil them down the filter. Boil them down, filter out plastic. Boil them down. What? Homeless come in, buy all the old vinyl records, and boil them down. Boil them down. Filter out the plastic and drink it. Is that a thing? That's crazy, man. San Miguel. I've never had a San Miguel, I don't think. I always drink Hennessy or Jack Daniels, for the most part, no chase. My body just I'm not a big liquor drinker, straight up. My Jager's pretty good. I like Sambuca, but not all the time. Mostly beer. My body just absolutely rejects Hennessy. My body goes on emergency mode. Not that I barf or anything, but if I have a shot of Hennessy, my body tenses up and says no to that. Really, any cognac. Just Hennessy, cognacs, my body says no. Immediately rejects that taste. So I'm not a Hennessy drinker. Jack Daniels and Coke is fine, but I don't like sipping on mostly hard. Negronis are good. I like a Negroni. I love Negroni. I have all the ingredients here. Other than that, I never drink liquor straight. I always have a mix. Wow, did he just airball that free? He almost airballed that free throw. Sissoko. 46-34 here. RJ checking back in for the final 146. Boil them, yes. So boiling down a vinyl record, what does that do? Is there alcohol in it? Well, I understand. Leffe is good. I do like Leffe. When I was in Italy, there wasn't a great beer selection at these corner stores. They always had Leffe though. I do like Leffe. Barnes to quickly. RJ puts it up and finishes. The chase and drinks give you the hangover. Usually if I just stick to beer, I can have unlimited beer and I won't have a hangover the next day. It's when I start mixing in shots and everything, it can get ugly. Sharp for three. Kind of gets the Blazers out of the rut. Still a 10-point game, though. 109 to go in the second. Ingram for three. Doesn't go again. He's struggling tonight, but the Raptors have had enough on defense to overcome the offensive struggles from him and some other players here. 48-38. Most Americans don't like Jack Daniels. Sorry, that's the image here. Canadian blends are better. It's no secret. Wow. If I do buy whiskey, if I was buying whiskey, I'd probably get. I think it's Signal Hill. It's called. It's a pretty solid. But I don't really ever buy. I'm not a whiskey drinker. But damn, Americans don't like JD. What about the American beer? Love for three. Wow, tough shot. Caleb Love. And all of a sudden, a 5-point game just with the Raptors were starting to pull away. Barnes, short two. Oh, you got to make that. Oh, Barrett, great job. Off the rebound to tip it in at the buzzer. Raptors by 7. Kind of changes the complexion a little bit of the first. Solid stuff. Did he get off? He got off. Wow. Great play by Barrett. All right, that's halftime. I'll go through box score here. Then I need to go get another two to fill up for the second half. I've been nursing this one, though. Goodness me. I need to Google this. Liquefied vinyl records. So you can't search this up on Google. Let's ask ChatGPT, Sally. Can you boil down vinyl records to drink? I am going to get cops at my door. I heard a homeless guy used to do this to get alcohol in. It's a myth. There's no way to get alcohol out of vinyl records. Apparently you can't do that. Would you? Okay, let me be clear. I'm not going to do it. But I would like to know if it's possible for the sake of knowledge. It's not possible. Apparently, you cannot boil down vinyl records to get alcohol out of it. So, if that homeless guy was doing it, either ChatGPT is lying, which could be, or they weren't getting anything out of that. That is strange. Anyways, this is crazy. I can't even talk about this. Well, it was a homeless guy doing it, they're saying. Not, like, obviously cheap vodka, sure. But even cheap vodka is like... Well, I can't imagine. If you're buying vinyl records every day, I can't imagine, like, you know, you can't save up $14 for, like, a Mickey of vodka or something. I don't know. That's some foulness. Absolute foulness. David says, Colin Bowles appears to be out of action. Yes, he is out today with a thumb injury still. Still a good second quarter, though. You are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Not a vodka drinker, by the way. Definitely not a vinyl record drinker either. Several homeless guys over a span of many years. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, they must know something I don't. It must. If they kept on doing it, it must have worked. But that is just utterly grotesque. K-Stack has just subscribed. Thank you so much. Glad you're enjoying the stream. All right, we'll quickly do this. Go through the box score. Then I need to skull this Guinness and then refill my beverages for the second half. Brandon, I'm struggling tonight. He's 2 of 6. Hasn't really gotten a ton involved, but at least from scoring. But at least he's getting involved in other ways. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers. Manu had a good start to the game, hit a couple threes. Since then, he's added on 5 more points. He's plus 18, best on the Raptors. RJ getting back into the swing of things. He's 4 of 6, but minus 6 despite the Raptors' good play, but they're winning, right? Barnes only 1 of 6. He's struggling tonight. No assists either. Can't really get involved. Quickly started 4 of 4. Since then, he's 1 of 3, but he's got 11 points, and he's on par with Mamu leading the way for the Raptors. Off the bench, no points for Jamal Shed, but a nice 5 assists. He's ready to dime. Grady Dick, 5 points. Abaji, 6 points. Good to see some positivity out of him. For the Blazers, Sharp's got 13 leading the way. Kamara's got 8, but nobody else really offering much of a threat for the Blazers in this game. Raptors shooting 50% from the field and only 50 points at the end of the first. Is it rebounds? It is rebounds. 8 offensive rebounds to 2 for the Raptors. Blazers just earning themselves extra possessions. Granted, they are missing more, but Raptors need to do a bit of a better job on the glass in order to solidify their position here. Because Poland shooting 34%. The Raptors are winning by a lot more than 7 at the half. But we'll take it. We're up by 7 at the half. Let's make it a good second half as well. All right. I'm going to go get some drinks. When I come back, we got second half action, more fun on the way in the stream. While I'm gone, do me a favor, guys. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please make sure you just do that. I'll be gone. Don't leave. People always like we usually lose like a third of viewership when I go to the bathroom at halftime or whatever. I'm going to come back. I'm going to be like 3 minutes. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to get a couple more drinks. We have a great second half. You don't want to miss out. To be honest, we already lost a lot of people at half here. We dropped we dropped quite a bit. So do people just leave anyways because it's halftime? It might be. Because I usually go, okay, this is interesting. Because I usually go to the bathroom right at the start of half. I've waited a little bit here. Viewership has diminished despite the fact that I haven't left yet. So it could just be people at half just leave for a bit because they're like, I don't know, it's halftime. They're going to do something else for a little bit. Maybe it's not the flush effect, Greg. Maybe it's just people at half are just chilling for a little bit. I don't know. Anyways, I'm coming back. Don't go anywhere. Like it while I'm gone. Subscribe for more Raptors content. I'll be right back. Just like that, I'm back. So there was a little decline in viewership after I left there, but there was a big 1.5. So I think it's actually just people leave because it's halftime, and I don't know, just going to do stuff. Maybe it's not that I'm just going to the bathroom. Ice pack, and we got a couple more for the second half. I gotta get this Guinness in. I think I have Kayla Love my fantasy team tonight because Dio's a late scratch and I needed somebody to fill my lineup. I think I have, yeah, Kayla Love's in my lineup for tonight. Hasn't done much, but maybe second half. maybe second half. Yeah. Where are people watching from? Let me know. Chaotic Ace in Calgary, where it is freezing today, I hear. I think it's like minus 40 in Calgary today. Correct me if I'm wrong. Stevens watching from the R, Rexdale. What's going on? Graham in Wasaga Beach. Good stuff. I haven't been in a while. But the Chuck's Roadhouse there, quite good. We have Jeff watching from Newmarket. Newmarket's a solid place. They have a good Chuck's. They got a good Chuck's as well. Actually, I had been. Actually, that Chuck's got me sick, but it's okay. I'll go back. RJ and Sky are my fantasy team. That they've been racking up points for you this season. Then absolutely. Benzino says, "Love the light music when you play at breaks." They're truly like a remarkable discovery in the YouTube audio library when we found the smooth jazz song there. I heard it and I knew it had to be the BRB music, and it is a treat. It is a treat to listen to. I have like all the I could sing that entire song. Is what I'm saying. I've just heard it so much after all this time. Anytime you hit this in Northern Beaches, Sydney, Australia. Love hearing about the support abroad, especially out in Australia. Good morning to you, Daniel Harris, watching in Australia. Minus 35. Oh, brutal stuff. Didn't know there was a Chuck's in Newmarket. I think there is. I was there, I think. Minus 22 in the Lou. Shout out Waterloo. Yeah, there's a Chuck's in Newmarket. Or Aurora. It's okay. It's Aurora. Sorry. Aurora. That's what I've been to. Aurora. Close, but maybe not quite. My bad. Sackville. Minus 12. Oof. Waterloo. Never went out in Waterloo. I was only there as a high schooler. I had a friend who lived there. Minus 17 downtown Toronto right now. Feels like my scene. What is going on at halftime here? Do you see this guy? That's crazy. He's on like pipes with like a sideways, like a bunch of cylinders with a sideways cylinder on top of another. How? That was crazy. Anyways, go to the Chuck's in Aurora. Do not get the steak bites. Get anything else. Don't get the steak bites. Anyone see this movie, Mercy? It looks like an interesting concept. I'm not much of a moviegoer or watcher, but I probably will never watch this movie. But just curious if you saw this and enjoyed it. This weekend's brutal. Sunday is going to snow a lot. I just got a text from my boss that we may be work from home Monday as a result of the weather. I walk to work. It's 5 minutes away, but my coworkers, some drive from a bit further. Living close to the office is great until you're like the default. Some shit needs to get done at the office. Can you go do it? Which hasn't happened in a while, but you're the default. You're basically a default bitch. Like you do the fucking shit work when you got like, well, we have delivery coming in. Can you be an off today? We have this guy coming to fix the AC today. Can you go? Sure. Have you been to Cape Breton? I've not. Only place I've been to out east is St. John's. My sister went to school there, so I've been to St. John's a couple times. Only once as a legal drinker, and I was only 19. So if I went back with some friends, I'd have a lot of fun. I think I'd have to go back there. Cape Breton I've never been to. Just read that Frankenstein was nominated for an award. I haven't watched it. Is it any good? I haven't seen it. I mean, I don't see any movies, man. I have no idea. No idea. I can't help you there. Come to Montreal. I've been to Montreal. Good grief. I've been now. So the first time I went to Montreal, I was going for a TFC game. TFC were in town to play Montreal. They were still the Impact, I think, at the time. Anyway, CF Montreal. And we booked this like month in advance. We had me, 3 of my friends driving out, go see TFC in Montreal. For fun. Little road trip, see a new stadium, all that. The week before we were going to go, I think midweek, Montreal was at TFC to play a game, and there was a huge fight between some of the fans. So because of that, Montreal banned away fans for the game. So our tickets got canceled. We're like, well, we already booked this hotel and stuff. Why don't we just go to Montreal, have a little fun trip? And I had just the perfect night. You walk out of your hotel. We found this street that had a bunch of bars, and we just went one by one. Every bar, you get one drink. Every bar, next person buys the round. Bar hopping the whole way. We had such a fantastic night, in Montreal. Every time I've been to Montreal twice now. Twice, I think. Both times were awesome. That time was great. There was this, the second half has started, by the way, but I would like to finish my story. In Montreal, there was this amazing Irish bar that we had at the start of the night. We got, I don't know what we got, but we got like a beer. This is before my Guinness drinking days, so I had like a lager or something. Anyways, we had our race was run, let's say. We had gone to like 10 different places. We were a bit wiped, so we were about to head back to the hotel. My friend who I was with, who lived in Ottawa at the time, now he lives in Toronto, but he lived in Ottawa, grew up in Ottawa, so he knew Montreal a little bit better than us. He said that Irish bar we were at has this thing called the Inception. We should have the Inception to finish the night. Now, what the Inception is, it's a pitcher, the vessel, with a pint of Guinness in it. And then lodged in the top, you have two like cocktail glass size things lodged into the top of the pitcher so they don't fall in. They're lodged in up top. Within those two glasses, you first of all have what's the correct term for this? Okay. Within one of the cocktail glasses was an Irish Slammer, which is, I think, the correct way to describe that Irish-themed drop shot now, because it's a very offensive way to describe it, where you have whiskey in a shot glass in a moat, essentially, of Bailey's. Irish Slammer. In the other cocktail glass was a Jager bomb, so a shot of Jager in a moat of Red Bull. You drop the Jager in, you slam it with the Red Bull, and everything. Jager bombs are fantastic. I love them. Anyways, as you may be able to deduce, when you pull out one of the cocktail glasses, the other one will drop into the pitcher with the full pint of Guinness. So you take out the Jager bomb, you slam the Jager bomb. Now your Irish Slammer of Bailey's and whiskey is dunked into your Guinness, and you take the pitcher and slam that. It's called the Inception. I noticed at the time when I did it how much I thought, I hate Guinness, but that was amazing. I really like this Guinness. I don't know why. Turns out I just like Guinness, as we know now, which I didn't realize at the time. But that Inception drink was crazy. Ready for Brandon Ingram. As they brought out these Inceptions, the waiters and waitresses were all kind of like, are you sure, guys? We were 10 bars deep. We were a little bit tipsy. We're like, yeah, we're going to do it. We all did it. All four of us did it, like, relatively quickly. I think we all didn't realize we actually just liked Guinness. Nice play by Mamba there. Raptors by 7. Anyways, we did that, and we all kind of like, that was like second wind. Like, we did that, and we are all of a sudden fired up, right? Because we slammed them so quickly, we were like, wow, that was awesome. We all kind of like looked around like, let's get another one. And we got another one. The second round, I gotta tell you, the waitresses and waiters were worried about the first one. The second round, they seriously went like, hey, can we get another round? They were like, are you serious? Like, yeah, we're gonna do it. All four of us successfully completed the second Inception. One of the members of the group let it back up into the pitcher, and then dispose of it in the bathroom discreetly. We'll say did a good job being discreet about it. But then, like, the night just kept going. That was supposed to wrap up tonight, but the night just kept. Montreal was a lot of fun. The next day was awful. Truly horrendous next day. One of the most fun nights I've ever had. Anyways, let's get back to this. 8 minutes to go in the third. Nice play by Barnes. It's strong first half. Nice play there. Raptors by 6. It's a tight game here, Benji Clips. Tight game. Raptors should be up by a lot more. They're outplaying the Blazers. They're profiting from some additional possessions on offensive rebound. Raptors getting exposed by their lack of size here. But Toronto doing enough to be in the lead here. Just need to be a bit better with the extra possessions going their way. Anyone ever been to Quebec City? I like the old Sox. I've never been to Quebec City. I would like to go. I'm a big fan of architecture. My fiance is actually has an architecture degree. So that'd be fun to go one day. I've done Gatineau a couple times. Gatineau's fun. There was a good like little strip when I was there. I was underage in Ontario and I went Gatineau. Was great. Most soccer trips I go on. I played soccer in university, so we traveled a lot. Most places you travel Friday, you play Saturday and Sunday, so you're not going out Friday. You gotta respect. We had a 48-hour rule for soccer. You don't drink 48 hours within the game, except this one time. In soccer in Ontario, Carleton has a team for men's soccer. Ottawa, they're in the OUA. Either Ottawa doesn't have a men's team or they play in the college system, so we don't play them. Anyways, we played Carleton Sunday. The woman got to play Carleton Sunday, but Ottawa Saturday. The men did not have a game Saturday. I was, of course, on the men's team. So Friday night, we don't have a game the next day. We make one little amendment to the team rule of the 48 hours. We decide, let's have a fun night. Let's go out Friday night. And I had an amazing time at Gatineau. And then the captain of our team, who was out drinking with us, made us run wind sprints the next week for breaking the 48-hour rule, even though he also did it. He ran them too, granted, but he made everyone do the run wind sprints because we're breaking the rule. We also got slapped against Carleton. Carleton was really good. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun, other than that. All right, getting us down. Next up. I think if the NBA expands again, my bet would be on Vegas and Seattle getting a team. All right, next up, I saw this one in LCBO, and it just kind of caught my eye. So this is the Willibald Dreamy IPA. See, it's got like all the sheep on the front that look like clouds. Caught my eye for obvious reasons. 6% IPA with Nelson and Motueka. Farm brewed and packaged by Willibald Farm Distillery and Brewery in Reedsville Road, AYR, Ontario. What is AYR, Ontario? I don't know. AYR. Let's give it a go. Back to the IPA glass. Let's get a good pour. That's a good pour. Now that is that smell, that aroma is fantastic. That's probably good. Wow, that smells great. That is a perfect color for me. Perfect color. Usually, my rule of thumb, as Portland tied the game, if I can see through the beer, it's probably not going to be that good. That's my usual rule of thumb. Except for some certain instances like, Coors Original or Sapporo. All right, let's get a photo of this for Untapped. Raptors get the 3 right back. The notorious BI3. All right. Dreamy. This smells amazing. Will it stack up to taste? Back and forth game right now. Wow. That is really good. No. If the beer is clear, it's not. It's a red flag. If I can see through it, it's clear. I'll have a log. If you have a lager, you can see through the beer. This is a beer you cannot see through. It is. The color blocks it out. This is really tasty. Wow. This is This is your standard, regular ass hazy IPA. It does exactly what you want it to do. It is good. If I order an IPA, I want it to taste like this. The goal of buying an IPA is for it to taste like this beer does right now. That is good. I like that. I like that quite a lot. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's got to be a 4.25 on the Untapped app. Wow, Grady's got some ups, man. Grady is might be turning a corner on the season, by the way. It's super juicy and citrusy. This is what you're looking for in a beer. And I know the reason why the grades didn't work in Vancouver. So I have a little bit of insight into this. I've spoken to one of the founders of the Toronto Raptors. And what they tried to do in Toronto that made them a little bit successful originally. They tried their utmost. They tried very hard to separate. Wow, Klingon hits a fucking 3. Come on, man. They tried their utmost to separate the Raptors from the Leafs. Obviously, the Leafs, well established in Toronto, they were looking to bring something different to Toronto, a different product to Toronto. They needed to separate themselves within the Toronto market to be successful, and they were able to do that. Part of the reason Vancouver found some difficulties is Vancouver tried to recycle the NHL product in basketball form. They treated the basketball team as if it were the same as the hockey team. And you need to find a new audience. It didn't resonate with the pre-existing hockey fans to translate over to basketball as well. That was part of it, along with the fact that they drafted terribly. They didn't get really any luck from the draft. They would draft guys like Steve Francis, I think his name was, 2nd overall. He refused to play for the team. They failed at selling the product of basketball to the city of Vancouver. That's why they moved away. The Raptors were able to convince Toronto to appreciate the sport of basketball. Sure, there was some help with the drafting of Vince Carter. The reality was they were advancing. They were the basketball product was being propelled through Toronto before that. That gave it a bit of a boost. Grant had it stolen. Mama with it off the shoulder. And then poor pass to Grady Dick. Turned over. Is it just me? How many fucking bad passes does Grady receive? Like, so often the ball's turned over off his hands. Not his fault, but like it's just an errant pass that he has to go reach out for. It's weird. You should have a bad beer night. Old Vienna Labatt's looks at. Listen, not a bad idea, Greg, but I don't drink as much as I used to. I save it for weekends now. I don't want to, I don't want to waste a beer night on Bud Light, Coors Light, Molson, Budweiser. I want to experience flavor, Ooh, Ingram with the block on Sissoko. 72-51. I'm not sure I've ever had a Labatt's. Grady, nice offensive rebound. And again, it's him who always turns it over, man. He tried to throw it off a fucking Portland player and just launched it out of bounds. You could have just thrown it to a teammate, dude. To be very easy, put the Raps in. So I wasn't alive. What do I know? Based on what I've dug into, that gave them a huge boost, but the Raptors would have succeeded without Vince. That gave them the boost, but they were growing. They were building. If you want to learn more about why the Vancouver Grizzlies failed, there is actually a 6-year-old video on this channel that describes it. If you search like Vancouver Grizzlies on this channel, you'll probably find a video of me like 6 years ago with a bad mic and a shitty camera talking about it. It was actually pretty good video viewership wise for the time. I talk about it in video. Go check it out. Yeah, I think you should, but also I'm worried if you do because I have progressed quite a lot as a content creator since that time. But if you want to see like the roots of amateur hour sports, you'll be able to see it there. Yes, you have. Thank you. Yes, I think I got better than I do streams like this and think maybe I haven't. No, I have gotten better. I'm a lot more comfortable in front of a microphone. I'm a better editor. I'll optimize my workflow, really. Jeff says, been a fan since the championship years. I started the season after they won the championship. I started not because they won the chip. I started doing content all sports, and then about a year in, I decided to make it Raptors focused. But you just gotta practice. Anybody out there who wants to do content, I don't know, like, not to be disrespectful, most people watching, factually, I've looked at the stats. Most people watching are older than me. Maybe there's less of a desire to, start a podcast, jump into content. But if you're thinking about it, whatever age you are, I started when I was 20. If you're thinking about it, just do it. Barnes missed the mid-range. Obaji, nice tip in. Just do it, man. The hardest thing to do is to start, and the only way to get better is to practice. The only way to practice is to do it. think I started following the pandemic. Yeah, pandemic. I was in a very blessed position where I was living at home still, and there was like the government thing that you could get like, I think it was like $1,000 or like $2,000 a month, which is crazy thinking back. It's just fucking crazy. And I was able to just like, I'm not doing anything else. I was able to like really start putting in more work to the channel, and the channel didn't exactly grow much in that time, but I honed in my abilities as a content creator. I think I improved a lot there. But I wonder in that summer when the pandemic first hit, if I was working like construction again, like I had done the 2 years prior, I wouldn't have had the time to like hone in on this. I don't know what would have happened. So I was lucky to be in a position where I could take advantage of my situation, because there's a lot of people obviously like maybe are still dealing with the ramifications of that and it dealt with the hardships there. I was very lucky to be able to use that time to my benefit. You know, we're a product of how we use the environment around us in a way. I was just really lucky to be in that position. I think the channel in the end would have been, I think the channel would have grown regardless, but those months there were really important towards learning the content game a little bit, and I think just understanding I wanted to do it, and I really wanted to see what I could do and push this forward. Grady, nice lob up to Abaji. Great stuff there. So, you know, the pandemic happened, and I think a lot of people picked up certain hobbies. This was just one of mine, and now it's a good little bit of ancillary income. And I have a lot of fun, and I can just drink beer and hang out, and people seem to like it. This is a goddamn good beer. If you like IPAs, dreamy IPA. Willowball. I've never heard of Willowball until today. Nobody told me. What is Ayr, AYR, Ontario? Ayr, AYR, township in Ontario. How do you even pronounce this? Ayr. Who the hell? Now, who the hell lives in Ayr? Oh, pretending it's a regional municipality of Waterloo. Okay. With 5,300 people. Okay. Ayr. Okay. Well, they have a brewery that you should check out, Greg, because they make this, and this is pretty good. This is good enough that when I go back to the LCBO, I'm going to look for more beers by this brewery. Ayr. What a strange name. AYR. Quickly. Stripped. 3 seconds for Portland. Repair. Layup no good. All right. Grandstand finish. Fourth quarter on the way. Raptors up by just 2. It's been ugly. It's been ugly, but the Raptors have won ugly a lot this season. It's the extra possession's killing us. They've taken. They're dominating the possession battle here. They've taken 12 more shots. They only have 4 more rebounds, offensive rebounds, that is, and 2 less turnovers. That's 6 possessions. They've taken 2 less frees. Let's say like 1 possession. That's 7. That's 7 possessions. They've taken way more shots. They're shooting better from 3 by a little bit. They're shooting 39%. We should be dominating this game. This is unfortunate. K-Dog Ace says, how are the Raptors up by 2? How are we only up by 2? We should be up by way more than this. I'm actually on North Dumfries. K-Red, air is not that far. Good to know. Well, pretty good beer for like a small town location like that. Anyway, 6 of 23 from 3. That's not good, obviously. I mean, 6 of 10 from the line is also not great. This has been a pretty quick game. Not a lot of free throws. This has been a bad game. I mean, let's say for what it is. This has been a pretty rough game of basketball. At least Ingram had a really good third quarter there. He's up to 16 points. Mamu's still going at 13. Quickly's another great game here, 7 of 10. Barnes is really struggling tonight. We could use a bit of him and his magic for the rest of the game. Raptors bench, 10 for Abaji, excellent. 10 for Grady Dick, excellent. None for Shed, but he does have 5 assists still. He didn't get any in that third, though. That's it. The Raptors pretty much going 8 deep here. Battle's only played 5 minutes. Mo's only played 3 minutes. Let's make it a good fourth quarter. Let's go and win this basketball game. Back to earth to the three-point shooting. Yes. First quarter hero. Yes, it was. It's been better since then, but the first quarter was truly awful. I have another beer to go. I gotta get this one in. Why the Raptors hate getting shooters? They kind of don't. They like this year. I can't really fault the Raptors this year, right? Because they have Quickly, who's struggling from 3 this season. They have Mamu, who's been excellent from 3 this season. They also have Jacoby Walter, who's supposed to be a shooter. Grady Dick, who's supposed to be a shooter. Abaji, who was an excellent shooter last season. And those 3 guys, Walter, Dick, and Abaji, are not shooting as well from 3 this season as they. Walter's actually not been that. Walter's been pretty good on lower volume. But they kind of have like a bench that should be a really good 3-point shooting team, and they just haven't been. You know what I mean? Mamu thankfully has worked out. He is ticked up shooting wise when so many other free agents we signed up ticked down shooting wise. Is it schemes that don't unlock our snipers? I don't think so. I don't watch Grady Dick as Portland take the lead. I don't watch Grady Dick and think, man, he's not getting the looks he should be getting. Like, he gets looks, right? He's getting shots up. Gary Trent sucked. Mamu for 3. Come on. Right on cue. Right on cue. Mamu killers Vili. Drills it. Bubbles dude. He kind of is. Yeah. I'm not gonna. Are you there? Did he already get subbed out? I swear he started this quarter. Raptors up by 1 here. If the Blazers knew to shoot, we'd be getting smoked. We would be. Yeah, that's true. Battle for 3. I mean, where did we talk shit? Back-to-back threes for the Raptors. Cook in the corner for 3, no good. Raptors have it again. All right, let's use it. Our producer's been horrible. I mean, they're shooting less than 40. Defense can't be that bad. Barnes throws it down. $84-78. Gregory says, am I the only one who kind of misses Boucher? I won't speak for everyone. I don't agree. I enjoy, you know what? I truly, I wouldn't say I enjoy is a strong, I'll, for the lack of a better word, I enjoy not having to watch Chris Boucher anymore. Chris Boucher was a stress-inducing basketball player. I don't miss him. He went to the Celtics to be a starter, and the Celtics saw him play and went, what the fuck? And now he's a DNP every night. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate his energy. You miss his. You remember the really good games where like, wow, Chris Boucher inject that into my veins, like the energy. Then there was like 60% of the time it was like, get this guy the fuck off the court. If Chris Boucher isn't the most energetic player on the court, he sucks. When he brought the energy, it's like, wow, yes, more. But then, like, the next day, you'd be like, this is the same guy. It's just Chris Boucher hitting threes, bringing energy is a phenomenal basketball player. Just, like, truly awesome to have off your bench. Chris Boucher, 6 out of 10 games is like, what? How is this guy in the NBA? Part of me partially misses screaming when he jumps 400 feet in the air as a really bad three-point shooter, like very slightly pump fakes, and he's jumping off the ceiling essentially. Part of me misses those moments. He's landing he's landing in the third row of the crowd as the guy subtly pump fakes and then drives past him. Like, I remember a Brooklyn Nets game. I think we were up. I think we were up 2, or it might have been tied. And I think it may have been Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal went like this, and Boucher went flying. He landed like beyond the first row. And Royce O'Neal just went, okay, bye. 3, game. I haven't done the door shot today. Let's do the door shot. Oh, awful. Oh, awful. That was pretty good. That made up for it, I think. That made up for it. Out of frame fadeaway. After a couple of really bad underhands for fun. Logo 3. Yeah, that was a logo 3 for me. What do I think about the Miami Steamer situation and Kanye's song in the club? What I think about that is I'm so happy that I have no idea what you're talking about. I am truly filled with glee that I don't have any clue what you're saying. Just like, you know, when you hear like you'll see like questionnaires. For example, what are your thoughts on Donald Trump? It'll be like 60% negative, 33% positive, 16% neutral, and 1% never heard of him. And you think, wow, like the life you get to live. You just hang out and relax. I envy your life. Not trying to be political, just like an example. Like you could say, like it could be a Carney poll. 1% never heard of him. Wow, you just live blissfully. Ignorance is bliss when 'tis folly to be wise. That's how I feel about that question. A Miami streamer and Kanye West. Kanye's song. I have no idea what you're talking about. Remember Kem Birch. I got to tell you. RJ3. Sky rebound. Kem Birch, Tampa season was special. It was special. Barnes, nice spin move. Up by 5. 8 minutes to go. When you spend half a season watching Aaron Baines and Alex Len play center for your team, Kem Birch is... I imagine Kem Birch is like if I'm in the Sahara Desert for 3 days without water, and I'm crawling. I am on my last... I am gripping onto my life. Over the horizon, there's just a little bit of a hill, and maybe there's water there. I'm crawling. I'm fighting with every fiber of me to get over that little hump. I get over it, and there's water there. That was Kem Birch in that Tampa season. We were so deprived of any talent that Kem Birch was like, oh my, this guy's amazing. We were tricked by Freddie Gillespie. We thought Freddie Gillespie, we thought we fucking found something with Freddie Gillespie. Ice cold Dasani. That, I cannot even, I'm jealous I'm jealous how perfect that metaphor is. It's ice cold Dasani. It's like, wow, I'm really thirsty, and that quenches my desire for water. But it also kind of tastes weird and funky, and I'd rather get something else. But it's just so good because I needed water that bad. Wow. Ice cold Dasani. That's like 11 out of 10. I think there should be an award for that comment. Ice cold Dasani. It's what you needed in the moment, but it's not something you needed long term. DJ Wilson. See how we cling on to guys here in Toronto? DJ Wilson. Like a two-way guy, two-way merchant. Freddie Gillespie 5-block game. I forgot about that. Wow. Ice cold Dasani. Wow, that's a comment. Kem. Wancho always sucked. Wancho was always shit. But I think the most viewed video in this channel history is about, I have to verify. I think the most viewed channel in history of amateur hour sports is Juancho Hernan-Gomez. Oh, it's second. Because Hustle had just come out, and I titled it like Raptors signed Bo Cruz or something. It is the second most viewed video in the channel history. Hospital free there in Canada. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. I tore my ACL a few years ago and didn't pay a cent. Not a bad gig. We ain't getting political. 90 to 87 here. You know, I got my ACL reconstruction surgery 1 month after it was diagnosed, which was like unicorn type of stuff. But I gotta say, my big three for quickly, not to get political here, but the fact that I can tear my ACL or a family member can get cancer and my family doesn't go into crippling debt might be worth some wait times at the hospital. That's all I'll say. That's my piece. Some people can afford it. They want to get it quicker. Cool. But to be able to recover, I haven't recovered, to be fair. I had MRI on Wednesday. It's nice to not stress mom and one. It's nice to be able to get treatment without having to. I'm already stressed enough about the injury. I don't have to stress about the financial aspect of it. Is it perfect? It is absolutely not. There are issues with it. But taxes are high, yes. So you pay for it in a way. But I don't need to. This is dumb. If my dog has a serious illness that requires extensive surgery, I will have to justify the price for the life of my dog. That's a dog, though. I love my dog. It is a dog, though. I do not need to try and quantify how worth it is for me to have a healthy ligament in my knee. I don't need to think about it. It's not a conversation I have. Just, I go get it fixed. I would go into quite bad debt for my dog. Right? But it's a conversation. I tear my ACL. No combo. Let's go to the hospital. Maxey was on the table for OG Anunoby trade a few years ago from what I've heard. You don't want to know what the Raptors could have gotten Tyrese Maxey for. You don't want to know what was on the table for Tyrese Maxey. You want to lose sleep. You think about, and it wasn't OG Anunoby. Was it Maxey and Bill Cruz? Hustle. Was he? I don't know. I don't think he was. Who's better, Maxey or Quick? I mean, let's see Maxey. Maxey's an all-star starter this year. I want to know. According to like multiple sources, Maxey was offered for Kyle Lowry, and the Raptors said no. No, we cannot say with 100% certainty. We can say with 80% certainty. Maxey was offered for Kyle Lowry along with other pieces. And Toronto said no. It was like Tyrese Maxey, Shake Milton, and somebody else. And the Raptors said no. Instead, we held on to Kyle Lowry for the rest of the season and signed and traded him for Precious Achiuwa and Goran Dragic. And I thought at the time that was a good trade. And at the time, the Maxey trade, I went, Philly, if you want Kyle Lowry, this ain't going to do it. You better give us more than that. You think we're just taking Maxey, Shake Milton, and whoever else? You got to give us X, Y, and Z, or else we'll just fucking keep Kyle Lowry. That was literally a video I made. I said, we'll just keep him. Yeah, you don't want to give us all this shirt. We'll keep him. Who cares? That is my interstellar moment. That is my banging on the glass moment of no. Tyrese Maxey could be our point guard right now. If Tyrese Maxey was our point guard, we wouldn't have had to trade Siakam. We wouldn't have had to trade OG. We would have just kept them. We would have had an amazing team. We would have also still been really bad that season, and we probably still would have gotten Scotty Barnes. Sometimes we make mistakes in the heat of passion. Everyone's made a mistake. Where they give up to get Ingram. The Raptors gave up Bruce Brown, expiring contract. Kelly Olynyk, Canadian, so I'm not going to disrespect, expiring contract. and a first round pick of a team that would make the NBA Finals. Don't worry about what that team became the next season, but at the time it was like, wow, that team is really good. That pick sucks. Nobody could have foreseen they would be the worst team in the East the next season, but a Pacers first, a steal, absolute steal. Mind you, it was an expiring Brandon Ingram contract. You don't make the trade unless you know he's going to resign, though, of course. But, that was part of it. Yeah, now it's a good first, obviously. Who would have known? Also, important to know, the Pacers probably played this season differently, knowing that if they didn't have, wow, 3 for Love, not Love. What is that guy's? Barnes, nice fit. What am I talking about? The Pacers probably played this season differently if they didn't own their own first. They might have been more aggressive in the offseason if they knew they didn't have their own pick. So that's important to remember. Also, important to remember, the Pacers got that pick. The real bad one was from New Orleans. New Orleans had it. New Orleans gave it back to Indiana for like nothing. We got Brandon Ingram out of it. And Brandon Ingram's great. Clinging for 3. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. 102.94. I've fallen off the pace here. This is only my third. I have a Sapporo in here. New Orleans suck, and they don't own any first-round picks this year. Actually, they definitely don't own any first-round picks. They may not own any second-round picks, actually. Drink water. I have water. That's a good point. I should sip some water. It's only 12:08. This is a fast game. When you have two teams that aren't foul merchants, there's not a lot of fouls called. And the game goes a lot faster. 3:11 to go. Raptors by 8. All right, let's do this. Who I think is going to win? I think the team winning by 8 with 3 minutes left is likely to win. My 2 cents. Where's Pirtle? Still out. Back injury. Still out. He's played less than half the game this season. Wow, this is a frost. That ice pack did some work on this. Sapporo. I don't know what happened. I all of a sudden started really liking Sapporo in the last 6 months. I think I'm a big fan. This sounds really fucking stupid. I'm a really big fan of Sucker Punch's samurai games, Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei. So I think when Ghost of Yotei came out, the second installment of the series, I had some Sapporos because I wanted to feel Japanese while playing this Japanese video game. It turned out I really like it, so I drink Sapporo all the time now. Asahi Loki better. I haven't done enough rigorous testing because I'm at the store and I want a Japanese lager. I get Sapporo. Or black Sapporo. Interesting as well. The Sapporo cans I didn't get. So I have the regular can. In the store, they have those warped out cans. It'll be warped here, thin here, right? And those are $6 for a 600 ml. This is $380 for 500 ml. So you're paying $220 more for 100 more milliliters. That didn't make sense to me, other than the vibe of having that really cool can. I had an Asahi I don't drink Asahi. I had an Asahi at St. Louis Bar and Grill last week. 1 week ago, I had an Asahi. It's not that I'd have to test them side by side, I think, because I like Sapporo. Yeah. Refreshing. Cheers to you. Thanks for hanging out. So this is an example. See how you can see my stupid face through this? This is a clear beer. Remember I said earlier, if you can see through the beer, usually a bad sign. Now Sapporo is a bit different. Sapporo is good. If it's if I can see through an IPA, that shit's gonna taste like shit. That is gonna taste like trash. Mostly. Usually, if I can see through your beer, because you can see my face, it's not good. Wow, look at that Canadian contingent crowd. They all got expensive Raptors jackets on. This is really good. This is really tasty. Well, Raptors up by 10, 1:57 to go. I use it to decide potential dates by looking through the beer. Potential dates. Oh. What, like swiping through Tinder? Miss, what are you drinking now? Mind if I speak a little Japanese tonight, Sapporo. You know what? Now that you guys mentioned, I will, next time I go to the LCBO, I will be buying an Asahi and a Sapporo, and I will be having them back to back to determine which is the superior Japanese beer. LeBron fan 109. So I think for Domas to be effective, he needs a ball, and that takes away even more from Scotty. I saw a really good tweet. I forget who posted it. Like it was something like when you can trade. No, nice block. It was something about. I can't capture the humor of this tweet right now, but it was something about, you know, when you need an. I'm so sorry. It was something about trading for Sabonis to be your offensive hub when Scotty Barnes is already your offensive hub. It was a really funny tweet, but I cannot remember the fucking tweet now. I think I liked it. Maybe I can find it. We're up by 10 with a minute left, by the way. We're going to win this game. That's good. 8-point game. Okay, let's finish it off. Timeout. Okay, great. I can find this tweet, maybe. Didn't like it. I didn't like it. Oh! Okay, I found it. All right, so Evan Siddery said the Kings and Raptors have recently conducted exploratory trade talks centered on Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis would fit well into Toronto's offensive scheme as a playmaking hub for Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram. So somebody quote tweeted and said, wow, only 4 likes, including me. We need a playmaking hub for our playmaking hub. There it is. It was a foul. Sorry, it wasn't. We need a playmaking hub for a playmaking hub. Yeah. Sabonis, you trade for, he's your playmaking hub. We have that. And our playmaking hub is better than him. Right? CMB underrated? Very. CMB is really good. I think the true snobby ball knowers see CMB and are enthused about his future. Spoil's made 50 most. Not quite. Not quite. He's making like 40. We're making 43 this year. I'd recommend checking out the stream I did earlier. Or tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The clip already scheduled, already ready to go. I have a clip where I talk about the Raptors trading for Sabonis. Spoiler alert. Well, kind of. Most of the way, not most of the way down. I have to piss so bad. Okay, they're reviewing something. I have to piss so bad. I know it's only 41 seconds. Give me a second. I gotta piss so bad. Up by 10, 41.6 to go. UFC tomorrow, yes. So tomorrow, my fiance's birthday is on Monday. Tomorrow, because it's Saturday, we're hosting a disco-themed party for a bunch of friends. Listen, I don't know what you think of me. I am not I don't know what you think YouTube pays. I'm not a financially secure individual. Don't have a very large apartment space. There are 26 people coming to our party tomorrow, our disco theme party, which should be a blast. It should be a very fucking packed, small Toronto apartment. I'm hoping we can throw UFC on the TV, though, which is why I bring that up. My fiance is a very invested Muay Thai trainer for Muay Thai. I think she's going to have her first fight this year. So she'll be interested. Not like she won't be interested in it. It's just, we can throw it on. Why get Demont if we have Mamu? Well, Sabonis is better than Mamu. But that is a fun question to think about. Tell you guys, all these Robert Williams, all this, the guy you want is Goga Bitadze. You're a jiu-jitsu instructor. Interesting. So I did Muay Thai training for a while, for about a year. I honestly, I was getting better. I was pretty good, but I had to stop for, because I take by quickly. A bit of financial reasons. It's like expensive to train. Secondly, I'm dealing with so much. My body says no. My knee is in shambles. My back was problematic at the time, but she kept going. My friends would fucking beat the shit out of me if we got into a fight. Not that we ever would. Wow, Barnes, huge block there to end the game on Young Hansen. Shot clock violation. The Raptors are going to win this game and keep the Blazers under 100 points. We got that shit. Another win. 3 wins on the road trip. Great stuff. Fiance now. Congrats, man. Thank you. We have been engaged. I don't mean to be disrespectful. We have been engaged for 13 months now. But thank you. Yes, we are engaged. Yeah, if we got into a fight, she would beat the shit out of me, for sure. We've done some sparring, and she's a lot better than I am. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We've been engaged for a long time, though. But yes, thank you. It is good. Anyway, so it's her birthday on Monday, and we're having a party tomorrow, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I don't have to leave my house when it's really cold. Oh, pizza was expensive. We ordered a bunch of pizza in advance. That's okay. Everyone's coming over. We're going to have a great time. All right. Game's over. I kind of want to finish my beer. So if you guys want to hang out for like next another like 5-10 minutes, that's cool with me because I need to finish my beer. The Raptors have won another game. You must say at this point, like, if you offered me a 3-win West Coast road trip, I would have happily shaken your hand and said, thank you very much. We'll move on. We'll take it and we'll move on. And that is what we got here today. 3 wins in a row. All 3 10 p.m. games. The Raptors have 4 10 p.m. games this season. They have won the first 3 of them. The next one is like right near the end of the season. They play the Clippers at 10:30. But 3 games, 10 p.m. later, we've won the first 3 of them. We've won all 3 of them on the trot. 3 wins in a row. Great stuff there. There are some 9 p.m. games here, I will say. But all the 10 p.m. games we have won here, which is great. Because if I'm going to stay up late to watch the Raptors, I mean, not that it's a chore or anything. If I'm going to stay up late and sacrifice sleep, which I've done this week, and it's made me very tired this week, I better see some wins. We got some wins. Now, we're playing with house money. I don't, like, it's not like I don't care, but, like, listen, we lost the Lakers. We could bounce back on 3 games in a row. We're 3-1 on the West Coast road trip. 1 more game to go against Oklahoma City. OKC are very good. So, like, you know, I'm okay. I'm fine if we lose that. I'm fine if we go 3-2 in the West Coast road trip. So, for me, we are playing with house money here. If we lose to OKC, I'm fine. I'm like, yeah, it's OKC, of course. We're probably going to lose to OKC. At OKC, we're probably going to lose that game. We went 3-2 on the West Coast road trip. We're dealing with all these injuries. We still went 3-2 on the West Coast road trip. I am perfectly fine with that. Now, if we lose OKC, sure, I don't know, fine. We did fine. If we beat OKC, oh my God, we're winning the chip. No, but I'm okay. I'm okay with what happens from here. As Alex Wang points out, we beat the Pacers just beat the Thunder, so hopefully they don't come out with vengeance on Sunday. But yeah, we can do it. We can do it for sure. I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm just saying I'm okay if we don't, and I know that we probably won't. For sure. The young Hansen hype died. He's more of a project, you know. I'd like to believe in Young Hansen. Or Hansen Young, whatever. I'd like to believe in him. He played 7 minutes. I don't remember him playing 7 minutes. I remember him playing less, to be honest. Anyways, box score. Barnes, much better late. 6 of 15, 15 points. Much better late. Quickly, good throughout, 9 of 15. Brandon Ingram, great second half, 7 of 15. Mamu, great throughout, 9 of 15. RJ, we'll forgive him. First game back from the injury. 10 points for Grady, 10 points for Abaji. That's great. Battle hit a 3. Cool. Not a great Jamal Shed game, but that's okay. We had enough. We kept him under 100. No Abdia. They didn't play very well. Portland did not play well. We win these scrappy ones. We got outshot by 13. They took 13 more field goals. We took 7 more free throws. So let's call it like 4 possessions. So bump us up to 89. They had in theory, 9 more possessions than we did because they had 4 more offensive rebounds and 1 less turnover. It's weird. They had more shots than us. Even though they won the possession by like 5, they had 9 more shots than us, essentially. Portland played like shit. they credit to our defense. Not just going to put it on Portland or anything, but they just... Portland will think they should have won this game, for sure. For sure. We're at 19,107 subs. Thank you, everybody. I don't really know how or why we have gone up 17 or 18 subs tonight, but thank you. My parents usually watch second halves of the streams. They say they don't watch first because they like, second half they follow. I kind of hope today they passed, to be honest, but I don't know. One time my grandma texted me and asked me not to drink on stream. This is years ago. And I kind of just turned her down and said, I'm sorry, but sometimes I am just going to drink on stream. And this was certainly one of those occasions. I'm sorry to my grandma. She has a point, to be fair. She does have a point. And I didn't have a job at the time. I was like fresh off university. Not like some bum who didn't have a job. Well, that was mean. You can be like, sorry. You cannot have a job, be looking for a job, and not be a bum. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. But I didn't have a job at the time. I was looking for a job. And I don't know. All this fear, I don't know about you guys. All this fear about growing up in this real social media boom about like what you can post online. Like you don't want, like God forbid you're in high school and post a photo on Instagram with a red Solo cup in your hand. Right? No, not right. But that was just like, what, like my parents and just in general, like what will the college scouts say? What will your future employer say? You know what my boss would say if I posted a photo of me drinking beer? He'd probably say, "Hell yeah! Did you have a fun night?" The way things are framed for the future, I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky. Maybe I'm in a position where it hasn't mattered. But like the fear factor of posting a photo with a red Solo cup when I was in high school, that was instilled into me. What utter ridiculousness. For real. I don't know. Just, that's strange. My boss likes to drink from that time. And my boss is definitely he appreciates the morale higher, you know? He appreciates the good vibes. He appreciates good vibes in the workplace. Anybody in chat work at a place with somebody who is like a morale hire, somebody who exists, somebody who's at your job, they're not very good at their job, but they're just such a great vibe to have around the workplace that it's a net positive to have them there because it makes puts everyone else in a better mood and makes them work better as a result. There's this soccer team in England, Macclesfield. So in the English soccer system, it's obviously like the Premier League, which is the top division. And then there's the second division, the third division, fourth division. Those are like the professional leagues, the top 4 leagues. Once you go beyond the top 4 leagues, League 2, League 1, Championship, Premier League, there's what you call non-league system, where technically not like professional status or anything. They still have players get money, but typically these players are on, they have other jobs as well. That's not their livelihood. Anyways, There was apparently a player on this club called Macclesfield, which is where part of my family is from. They played a Premier League team, Crystal Palace, in the FA Cup and beat them. And a player apparently who played very well in this game. I missed this game because it was so early, and it was like a Saturday. And I wasn't awake. I woke up and was like, "Holy fuck, they're winning 1-0. I'm going back to bed." And I wake up again, like, holy shit, they won the game. Point is, there was a player on Macclesfield who was apparently in the summer going to get released. He was going to get cut from the team, and they were going to move on without him. But apparently, in like the start of the summer, in the off season, all the players in the team went on like a trip together, like a vacation together for vibes, whatever. And apparently, this guy was such a fucking lad on the trip, such a cool guy to have around on the trip with the guys, smashing pints, whatever, that the club decided, you know what? Let's extend this guy, keep him on the team. He's a good vibe, great for the guys, great for the locker room, bring him back. Now he's having a banging season. He had a really good game in the FA Cup. The 6th-tier club, Macclesfield, beat Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. One of the, if not the largest upset in FA Cup history. It pays to be a good vibe. There are people who just exist at their workplace because they are cool and people like having them around. Make yourself valuable. You know, there are players in the NBA who grew up. Every player who was in the NBA grew up as the best player on their team their entire life. If you weren't the best player on your team for your entire life, you're probably not in the NBA. Because, like, what the hell? Like, it's so hard to get the NBA. Like, your team, you weren't the best player. Like, you're always the best player. So it's sometimes really difficult for a guy who comes to the NBA, who has spent his entire life being the best player, all of a sudden, they're not the best player. They have to find a way to find a role and figure out what they can do to contribute to that NBA team for it to be successful. If you don't find out how to find a way to be successful for your team, you're out of the league. Malachi Flynn, what a talent. There was clearly so much talent with Malachi Flynn, but he never found a way to contribute when he wasn't the best player, when he didn't have the ball in his hands, right? At work, you can do this. You can be bad at your job. But if people like having you around, they might keep you there, right? Freakzilla says, I worked as a cruise director for years, and one of my mentors taught me how to pose for photos with guests, never with a drink in my hand. Interesting. Never. Why? Why is that? Can you elaborate? I see you're still here. Pose for photos with guests, never with a drink in hand. Why is that the case? I feel like if you are I bloody hate this show, but my fiance had like a thing for Below Deck, this like Bravo series. Bravo's got all like the Housewives channels, the shows, all like the reality television. And there's this one Below Deck, just awful show. But like some of like the guests on these like charter cruises, like a yacht, there's the crew on board. They always like try to get the crew to like party with them, and they have to like refuse and stuff. Then it gets to a point where it's like just do it with them. Just have a drink. Just like have fun with them, whatever. Freaky Still says on the cruise you never want to do it. Freaky says, it never went. Sorry, boards. You were drunk. You see, perception is often reality. I mean, fair. I mean, maybe there was some validity to my parents saying, none of that on Instagram or anything, but I guess I'm lucky. My boss would be like, oh, cool. Glad you had a fun Saturday. Show up to work, Those value workmates are needed. Yeah, you do need to have fun at work. You do. It improves. Morale is important. Isn't that Garrett Temple for us right now? You know, it kind of is. Garrett Temple is a bit of a morale hire. That's a good example. You can be in the NBA just because you're a cool guy and you know the game well. Absolutely. That's great. Phil Gaps, one of our members, 2 years. No, 2 months. Wait. No, 2 months. I thought it only started at 6 months. Anyways, 2-month badge. Yeah, 2-month badge. Great wit. Best 3-game stretch shows. I don't know if they're best 3-game stretch, but we won all 3. Show some growth over early season. Glad Skies' new resolutions showed winning the games they should. Very good 7 in double figures. Basketball IQ. Yeah, all season the Raptors have won games they shouldn't win. Like they've been playing poorly and they're back and they're winning games. So yeah, there's been positives to it. 3-game wins. I'm ecstatic. I'm truly like thrilled with a 3-game West Coast road trip win streak. Business Social Holiday Party. It's tomorrow. Not yet. It's tomorrow. That reminds me. Sunday, Raptors play OKC. I'm not gonna be here. I'm not busy. I'm with some friends watching the conference championship games in the NFL. I'm sorry, missing the OKC game. I love football. I love the NFL. I'm hanging out with some friends watching the conference championship games. No stream on Sunday. This is it for me until Monday, and we're back for the happy hour, by the way. So this is it. I figured out pizza. Mr. Snow, great question. I'm glad you remembered. We did. It turns out, I'm rather surprisingly, the local Pizzaville to my area actually has a deal on party pizzas. So we were able to get party pizzas for $25.70 a piece for one topping. Now, Pizzaville is, I consider to be, of the chain pizzas, one of the more, for the lack of a better word, luxurious. Like Pizzaville's a bit more expensive than your pizzas, your Domino's, your Pizza Novas, etc. But Pizzaville is good. The Pizzaville local to me had a bit of a deal going for their party pizzas. So actually, Pizzaville was the cheapest of all the party pizzas that you can have delivered. So we got 5 party pizzas. I did it today because I don't want them all of a sudden at like 6 p.m. tomorrow going, holy shit, we got to make 5 party pizzas. I ordered today. They're not here. I scheduled it in advance so that they have plenty of time for the preparation to have those 5 party pizzas delivered. So we have 3 cheeses and 2 pepperoni party pizzas coming. Turns out the guy who is dietary restricted and can't eat pork is not coming anymore. So we didn't really need to focus on the cheese pizza. But is there vegetarian? Actually, there is one person I think who can't eat pork. So I think it's good that we have. Anyways, Pizzaville came through and is delivering the party pizzas tomorrow for the disco party that me and my fiance are hosting. Yes. Because besides Australia, we're dropping the next one, aren't we? I mean, we're playing the Thunder. It's gonna we're house money, like I said at this point. Guess always want to party with a crew. It's fun. You know, I guess if I go to a bar, it's pretty hyped when the bartender does a shot with me. I don't know why. Why? What do you think is that phenomenon? I think it's just because like they're not supposed to, so it's like hyped. Oh, you shouldn't be doing that, but you are because you're having such a fun time. I don't know. Bartenders who have shots with you are cool, so they usually get tips. Anyways, Rams and Patriots win. I have a bit of money on, not a lot, like a normal bet on the Broncos because I thought there was way too large of an over adjustment on the Broncos when Bo Nix was ruled out. Jared Stidham's no scrub. He's no Bo Nix, but he's no scrub either. The Broncos are supposed to be favored by like 2.5, 3, and then they were like plus 5.5. So I have that. I have money on the Rams as well on the money line. Those are the two I have. They've moved. I wouldn't bet them now. I think they've moved too far. Yeah, I've got like really good respect. I've got really good position. Well, Broncos are plus 3.5 now, actually. Wow, that's incredible. The Rams, if you can get like plus 120, maybe even 125, you can get like plus 120. You can't. I wouldn't bet it at this point. I don't think you should bet it. But I've got Broncos and Rams bets. I do think Seahawks and Patriots go through because they are favorite, but I do have money in these. We'll see. I'm really excited. I mean, I like football. I'm really excited for these games. Absolutely. Box says pizza I slept on. You know what? It kind of is. I slept on it for a while, but I don't ever order it. I used to go when I played soccer in university. One of our away trips every season was to Kingston, where we played RMC and Queens. I fucking hate Queens. Anyways, while we were there, the hotel we always stayed at was within a 5-minute walk from a like a Pizza Hut, like big restaurant, like a sit down proper restaurant Pizza Hut, and they always hooked it up. They always had good pizza. And when I was in university, Pizza Hut came out with like the KFC collab pizza that people like didn't like. That pizza was so good, man. It was like gravy base. Like it wasn't like it was gravy, like thicker gravy. Not what's less viscous. Is more viscous the one that's like more liquidy? No, more viscous. More viscous. It was more viscous. So it was like a very like thick gravy with cheese, with like popcorn chicken from KFC and corn. And it was like I remember seeing the commercial for it, and me and one of my roommates were like, we have to get that. We have to try that. It was really good. Pizza Hut is a bit slept on. It is a little bit slept on, but it's also not in like my top 4 delivery spots I'm ordering from. Like Domino's, Pizza Nova are my top 2. If I'm getting circular pizzas, I'm getting Domino's. If I'm getting party pizza, I'm getting Pizza Nova. If I'm getting the cheapest possible, apparently it's Pizzaville, which is really good to know going forward. Pizza Hut, though, is pretty good. Pizza sucks. I own a pizza franchise. We need to talk tonight. Wow. Jeff M. I own a pizza franchise. We need to talk tonight. Jeff, my DMs are open. I would love, God, if you want somebody to promote a pizza franchise, I'm your guy. I'm going to do it. There's my Twitter handle. It's also my Instagram handle. My DMs are open. I love pizza. Tell ya, if you want a beer franchise, you need to hit me up. Do you still see High Flyer Hoops says, do you still see Scotty at the dog park? I actually moved a bit further away from that dog park, so I do not frequent that dog park anymore. I don't. I haven't seen him since. My fiance has seen him 2 more times since I saw him, because she goes more often than I do, because I'm a bit busier than she is. She's seen him 2 more times. His dogs are pretty well behaved. His dog and my dog were vibing. They're having a good time. But he does, from what I know, he still does go to that dog park. Yeah. Good guy. He takes his dogs to the dog park. You know, he could just have somebody else do it for him, but he goes. He hangs out. He hangs out with his phone on speakerphone for everyone else to hear his conversation, which I don't know about that, Scotty, but no, I interrupted his speakerphone call to take a photo, and he obliged, and I thank him for that. The guys that come in more, you could always ask them to change it to 3 pep, 2 cheese. Nah, it's whatever. I won't complain about a cheese pizza. Nobody can complain about cheese. Maybe somebody can complain about pepperoni. But you're right. I could get it changed. You're right. What did I go to school for? So I have a minor and a major. So I majored in sports administration. This is a good Q&A portion, by the way, of the stream. I majored in sports administration. So essentially, what sports administration would entail. To simplify it, I think like it is the business side of sports. So I think like, the highest ambition or the most delusional people in my program want to be a GM of an NHL team. That's kind of the goal. So you're working in the business side of sports. Within that program, there were some electives I took that involved sports media, which is where I really found my passion. I took a class in social media in sports, which gave me a good passion for social media, and that helped kind of inspire me to make this channel at the time. So I did sports administration, business side of sports. It was a great program. I met some great people. Ultimately, it did nothing for my future because I did not need that degree to get the job I currently have. The job I currently have, I did not even give a resume to get. So I got lucky there. But I learned a lot, and I'm a better content creator because of the things I learned in that program. But I didn't really need to get it. I said I have a minor in French because in my first year, from grade 1 to 12, I took French immersion. So I'm bilingual. I speak French fluently. I wanted to stop in university. I'm like, I won't need this. This is not what I want to get into. But in my first year, you got a $1,000 grant if you took a French program. So I was like, well, I speak French. I could take French. And when I took French, you had to do a test before you took a French course from my school to see how good you were at French. I landed, so there's easy, medium, and hard. I landed in medium. So I was like, okay, whatever. I thought it'd be hard. I'm good at French, but whatever. I'll take a medium course. So I signed up for a medium course, and it was a double elective because it was 2 times a week rather than 1 time a week. And I put that in my schedule. $1,000 grant, $1,000 off my tuition. Excellent. I got a call from the French department from the school, and they went, you were 1 answer away from the quiz from getting into the hard courses. We think you're going to be very bored in the medium courses, so we'd recommend dropping that one and taking a hard course. And I went, I was like, I can't. None of these fit into my schedule because I had soccer Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because I was on the soccer team at school. I can't fit any of these courses in, so I'm just going to stick with this. Gosh, were they right? That was a boring-ass class because there was a lot of people in that class who couldn't fucking speak French at all. And I was, not to toot my own horn, I was very good at French. I'm fluent. I'm bilingual. I'm not, like, fantastic, but I'm bilingual. I can speak French. What were we talking about? Anyways, I minored in French. Another piece of paper that I can do nothing with my current job. What is the best? Somebody asked, what is the best pizza place? Okay. Chain, Domino's. If I can only have one chain restaurant in my life, it's Domino's. Domino's gets a bad rep. I had it in the U.S. once, understood why. But in Canada, it's always been great. Best pizza place. In Toronto, a lot of great pizza places. My favorite is Prince Street Pizza on Front Street, in between Bathurst and Portland. Amazing. I really like that style of pizza. My favorite. Badiali's is more like classic sort of pizza. Also amazing. Most people, that's their favorite pizza, and I understand why. Badiali's is fantastic. Apparently, they're opening another location. Those are the best 2 for sure. If you're in Toronto, I'd recommend going to either. 2 going to... Yes. If you want to sponsor me for pizza or beer, hit me up. I will do my utmost to help you out. Box says Dad was about to go to Pizzaville, opted instead to go to the Hasty Market next to St. Michael's Hospital. Wow. That's quite a sharp drop. Hasty Market compared to Pizzaville. I mean, Hasty Market's a staple if you're local, but like, if I'm expecting pizza, I get Hasty, I'd be probably a bit upset. Would you consider moving to the UK to use that sports administration degree in the Premier League? Good question from Momo Beats. I'm really happy in my current employment, to be honest. I have a really good job. I work in sports media now. The reason I say I don't use my sports administration degree is because I work for a company. I work in sports media. I do work in sports. I work in sports betting media. I work for a company called The Hammer. I am a large featurer on the Circles Off channel, which is about educational sports betting content. So I work in sports. I'm very happy with my job. It's not as if I work like for, like a catering company and do their social media or anything like that. Like, sorry, I don't want to demean anybody. Like, if you do work social media for a catering company, that'd be great. I almost took a job there, but I work in sports media. I'm very happy. It's not that I don't work in sports. It's just they didn't care for my degree. They didn't care. So it kind of worked out there. When I moved to UK, I've been to UK a few times. I love going. I would live there. It would take a lot. Like, I'd have to get like the offer of a lifetime to move there. But I would. It'd be a conversation for sure. But it would have to be like the opportunity of a lifetime. I do like my job. Domino's in the U.S. is number 1. Little Caesars number 2. Wow. I had Domino's once in the U.S. and it was the second worst pizza I've ever eaten. Interestingly. Bro went to school to replace Masai. Kind of. Yeah. There are people who I in my program who are like in front offices in professional sports. Just that wasn't really like what I wanted to do. I don't want to go into like, I want to work like most nights, wear a suit most nights. Not really. I mean, I got offered a position, I guess, things could be different, but I don't know. It was a really fun program. My school had some crazy classes. I had flag football class. I took flag football class where you literally learn to play flag football in this class. And one of like the projects, the big end of semester project, was teaching one of the classes. So my class I taught was punting. I play soccer, so I can kick. So we had to teach people how to punt and return punts. That was a class. I got university credits for that. There was a soccer class too, which I wasn't allowed to take because I played on the soccer team. Funny enough. Yeah, there was some funky class in there. Flag football was a lot of fun though. I played with my friends. We get to play flag football together. And it was exercise. It was fun to play football. And I got university accreditation for it. In Canada, Pizza is one I don't know how they're frozen. Pizza is like pretty low tier chain pizza. Not to say it's bad, because I'm happy to dive into a pizza. It's just lower tier compared to what you can get as far as chain pizzas are in Canada. I think it was last stream I told you guys about Fresh Slice. Don't get me started on Fresh Slice again. That's the worst pizza I've ever had. Momo Beats said, I think you'd be good at sports journalism if you ever want to pivot. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't want to be disrespectful to like my current employer, because I really like my current employer. I work in sports media. I host sports related shows that center around betting. That would be a potential career not change, but like a career development I'd be interested in. But I don't really know where that would come from. I get to do Raptors content on the side. My boss fully supports me in doing my Raptors content on the side. I get to do sports betting content as my day job. I get to make videos. I get to meet great people. Things are good. I don't know what it would look like if I were to branch out into something different, but I'm happy. I'm happy. We went from talk Raptors sports to talk about pizza. I don't know if you were here on Wednesday. We spent about half the game discussing the best pizza places and fast food places in Toronto, and I was sober. So things like this are kind of bound to happen. I'm just finishing off my sport. We're almost done. Evidently, I really like food. In another life, I think my YouTube channel is about fast food, or cooking rather. And I just watch the Raptors for fun. Now I cook for fun and watch the Raptors for kind of work, but I have fun doing it as well. So yeah, like burger drops, got to try it. Yeah, burger drops is a big topic. I don't want to listen. I don't want to oversell. At the end of the day, it's a burger, right? Like a 10 out of 10 burger is probably like a 9 out of 10 meal you've ever had. Like it's not like something that isn't gonna. It's not like it's something that's gonna change your life, but it is a very good burger. I think you should experience it. Burger drops is excellent. Again, you don't want to oversell things because people go with too high of expectations and whatnot. And Gus's Tacos is excellent. It's great. I'd get the steak. I'd get the steak burrito or torta. You're gonna have a great meal. Or La Cubano. Get a classic, and it's gonna be a great meal. I truly believe that. Try out Afro's Pizza on Dundas and Jarvis. I will. That's a bit not in my area, but two big enough streets that I might be there one day. Afro's Pizza. Good to know. Thank you, Aaron. Is it like Taco Bell? It is not like Taco Bell. It is much more authentic Mexican cuisine. It's not westernized to Taco Bell. It's like comparing burger drops to McDonald's. Like, okay, I'm going to be happy leaving either, but one of them is going to be, the much more, I don't even know the word, proper. It's proper. Taco Bell to Gus's Tacos is like burger drops to McDonald's. That's how I do it. I've been Taco Bell. When is the last time I ate Taco Bell? More like homemade in a way. Yeah, I guess. It's made with love. Yeah, we'll say. I can't remember the last time I went to Taco Bell. You don't see them as much anymore. I don't know. Is there a Taco Bell in Toronto? I don't think I've ever seen Taco Bell in Toronto. There's not a lot. Like King West, there isn't a lot. So a lot of them are out further east. Interesting. No, I mean, I guess not a ton. Spadina and Spadina College. Taco Bell's easy to like. It's hard to make like a good burger. You can do it. It's hard to truly execute it. Taco Bell, it's not that hard to cook up some ground beef with cheese, sour cream, and lettuce, chopped tomato, and throw it in a tortilla. It's not that hard. I can make Taco Bell. I can't really replicate McDonald's. I can't really replicate. I can replicate Taco Bell. I'm a good chef. I can make some good stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about. I'd love to go. I think I'd be put off by the prices of Taco Bell though. I feel like it's got it. Let me see Taco Bell menu. I think the last time I went, it must gotta be like 10 years at least since I've been to Taco Bell. Okay, let's see. They sell like chicken bowls now. I'm not going to Taco Bell for a chicken bowl. I'll tell you that. I'm getting like a bunch of mini burritos. I'm getting a cheesy bean and rice burrito. How much that cost? Doesn't say. Then give me the fucking prices on it. Okay, I'll put my address. That's not my address, but I'll put my address. 329. Okay, so I could get like wow, chicken burrito for $11. Like, I'm gonna go to like a local burrito spot before that. I do that. Beefy triple melt burrito $4.19. That's what I'm talking about. Cheesy bean and rice burrito $3.29. Like, I could get like 4 burritos here for like a pretty good price. Yeah, it's cheap. Not as cheap as it used to be. Everything's more expensive. I was in Longo's today. God. I just like, I went to go pick stuff off the shelf. I just went like, ugh. Not a chance. Not a chance I'm buying that. It's sad. All right, I think I've overstayed my welcome. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. We've gone quite a bit over time. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to skull this. You know what? For you guys, it should be done before I leave. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for more content like it. As a reminder, Sunday, I won't be streaming. The Raptors play the Thunder at 7 p.m. The Rams and Seahawks kick off at 6:30, and I'm watching that game with some friends, so I won't be available for that stream. But yeah, thank you for your support tonight. These streams make me self-conscious because I think like, why would I drink on stream? I feel like an idiot. But like, I had fun. I hope you did as well. Some people said they did, so that's good. It's 1:04. I should go to bed. Thank you though. I had fun. It was great. Raptors win 3 in a row. I enjoyed it. The weekend's off to a great start. I'm less self-conscious about streams like this. I don't know. Good. I thank you. Thank you. Truly. Thank you. I don't know. That's it. I think that's it. Right? We're good. I'm probably going to have another beer after this, but on my couch and chilling. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for being nice to me. Thank you so much for supporting the content. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Stay warm. It's cold. That's it. I need to stop. Sorry. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.